go. Alrighty, alrighty. There it is. There it is. Alright, good. Let's go. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have? The Sega Seal. Damn son, what do we even have available from that one? Not that much. Humankind. You press it and there is nothing. Haha, classic. Magic. Why do you even put it there? Endless dungeon. Wait, when this one is out exactly even? Is it like... Oh, okay, there is no date still, alright. Thought it's like about to be out already soon. They announced it a while ago already. I would say. Company of Heroes 2. Third one was delayed again, so... that will take some time. At this dungeon was Sega. Yeah, I think like all the endless thingies are Sega. The Amplitude Studios. Is the Endless Universe, the Endless Space, Endless Legends, I think, or whatever it was. Yeah, this Legend. Can't even get any of that. Kick. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, first in this dungeon was already, played some of that. Yeah, Griplands is on sale too, nice. That's good, huh? So, Delicious Medieval Dynasty. Done is on Game Pass actually also. Load 76, the Pit free weekend. Was free the free week even, not the weekend. Still is. It is for free on Twitch Prime, so can get yourself some of that and join the army. Join our little army there. What else do we have? Streets of Rogue is good stuff. The Workers and Resources, that one I'm gonna play at some point. I think it's still in early access, right? I think it's fully released yet still. Yep. It's for some time already. With all reviews. Experience one or more periods of off-topic review activity. See, alright. Based on your preferences, the reviews within these periods have been excluded from this product's review score. Should like probably like... Well, I guess it's at least kind of like off by default, so that's fine. You can just turn it on to see it actually. Yeah, I somehow know when that happened exactly. Filter some more. It's excluding off-topic review activity. Boom. It's actually not super for that. No, there it is. Okay. There it is. I see. There it is. Knew it. What it's gonna be about. Classic. So yeah, wait until it's full release. Already for a while, a lot of waiting, but you know, it is what it is. Gonna wait some more. A Boxer Simulator. The fuck is that? The most successful boxer business in this world, Let's see, they're cooking some stuff there. The fan pack. Secret tickets. Indonesian meatball, I see. There was one already like this also about some dish from somewhere. Lots of grounded this week. Nice. Yeah, it seems like it went like quite far from like early access was good, and it went even further from that. That's good. Huh? Protect your business, damn son. What a game. What a game. Sounds familiar, no? No, it's only the Boxo stuff. I saw more of that, I feel. Very positive reviews. And it's free. There's someone even molding about that in Indonesian. Game changed my life. Yeah, this one for free. Because there was something about like some other dish. I don't remember actually. Also something simulator. I don't remember if that one was free or not. Oh damn, the star send. Is this one still going? To November 2021. I thought it was actually kind of longer ago. It's not too bad. The hobo simulator? No, actually also like something about like some food type. I don't remember. Don't remember exactly. So this one got some updates now too. September update. 7 hours. Did play some of that. Basically kind of did everything that was in the game at that moment. That was alrighty. Kind of a little, maybe a little bit of scuff, but alrighty overall. Oxygen, first breath. Okay, so it's like the prologue, I guess, since it's free also. First 50 game days, alright. Survival city builder. City around the oxygen center and ensure your people's survival in a post-apocalyptic future. There's a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff nowadays. A lot of post-apocalyptic stuff IRL, I would say even, so you know. I guess. Crack explosions, deadly winds, droughts and frosts. The people and keep the oxygen center running. The prologue then, alright. That might be nice. That might be nice too. I'll play the prologue too at some point, we'll see. Vostok 2061. The fuck is that? Shoot 'em up. Modern graphics, vertical scroll shooter. Gorgeous alien worlds, spaceships and bosses. Mysteries you listen to great soundtrack. Damn son. One of those. Yeah, kind of like I was playing stuff in the era of those, but I never really got too fond of these, to be honest. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That looks pretty nice though. It looks pretty good. Hey, Lithium, hello. Hello, Sora. Pretty graphics, awkward and unexciting gameplay. Well, that's probably someone who also not appreciating the genre really. Pretty positive there overall, I'd say. That's nice. Yeah, 92%. And Bomber Grounds Reborn. Multiplayer, free-to-play Battle Royale, damn son. The combo. Ah, CVNS, I see ya. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Free-to-play massively multiplayer action game. Inspired by the classic retro bomber games. So I guess there's a lot of reviews actually. And recent mix, it was like out of early access, I guess, or some. Doesn't really say that it was. This game before the new recent update, now just unplayable with the new tactics. Losing life on water and jumping in other players. Missed the older version, please bring it back. I see, alright. Scummiest, most deceptive bait and switches I've ever seen. Damn son. Rides on the good reviews that Bomber Grounds Battle Royale got before the update. On October 6th, this puts Bomber Grounds Reborn in a much more favorable light than it deserves to be. Battlegrounds Battle Royale was killed in favor of the play to win a gacha dumpster fire that they released. Damn son. How this was allowed to be released as an update is beyond me. A gigantic duck should be ashamed of themselves. Huh. It's like farmed a bunch of good reviews and then a rip. Wish I could refund my time. 0.4 hours. That's not that much, bro. You'll be fine. Garbage ever since they decided to change it. Believably unplayable that literally punched 5 holes in my walls because of how shit the gameplay is. There's little no reason to change how the game works. Damn, the guy is molding there. The guy is molding. The worst update by far, and the previous classic version was 100% better. Ain't the same game anymore. Ruined the game, pay to win, horribly unbalanced, doesn't even feel like or play like the original Bomber Grounds at all. Can't play the original now and they actually replace it with this shit game. Oof. Oof. Scarred for life, yeah. Well, looks like they just updated like earlier. Well, I guess maybe not even update. Like, I guess it was an early access, alright. Yeah, so it just got out of early access with an update that basically kind of changed the game completely compared, well, like the previous game that people were playing for a while. I wonder for how long, if you could see. They should start, oh yeah, 29th of March 2020, so it's been a while. 2.5 years at least then. People were playing it already. Now it's out of early access and it's apparently a completely different game. And it got some gacha stuff in it with some pay to win stuff apparently, so seems like that's what they did, eh? A big bait and switch. Well, I mean, if it existed for that long, I guess that's kinda like, it doesn't make it better, of course. But still, would be more weird if it would be like out for like a few months, just farm the positive reviews and then just like switch. So they took at least a little longer for their crazy plan. Still doesn't really make it better. What if it was monetized before? Maybe they just kind of like weren't really making any out of it, so they decided to actually make something. But I don't know, maybe they were getting some microtransactions and stuff even before, so that makes it indeed quite scummy. A weird RPG. Did we see this one before? Highly difficult, fast-paced action RPG game focusing on a boss battle. 92% positive. Some Chinese indies there. There's English, seems like. Really good reviews, the 1st of October. I think it should be there and popular before. Focusing on boss battles shows mostly fighting mobs, yep. It actually seems like it is probably the boss. Well, yeah, you have the meters here. Okay, now they're showing the bosses, alright. Fast-paced indeed, that's true. Those only mobs, or was it maybe the summons there or something? Only mobs, I guess. Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems kind of interesting. It's like different abilities I see there, and gamepad actually too. So I guess you have like different builds, some sort of roguelike there. A rapid response combat system. Highly difficult boss battle makes you high. Damn son. Highly creative weapons. Make your mind blow. With the different special effects. Alright. Infinite worlds waiting for you. So it is like the roguelike stuff, I guess, in a way. Influenced by Sekiro and Hades. The battle rhythm of the game combines the quick response of Hades and the high difficulty of Sekiro. Mainly relies on tumbling to avoid enemy's attack and find opportunities to counterattack between the enemy attacks. Real good reviews though. Weirdest, most creatively strange game I've played this year. Well, it's weird RPG. It's called that way for a reason, you know. I guess. In English, in case anyone wondering, definite buy. Funny, strange, and cute. I like it. Some weird fun peeps. Damn, nice review there. Not that weird, alright. Not weird enough for him. 0.1 hour don't like because limited gameplay, yeah. And what a chump. What a chump. Pretty cool for one dev, Those bosses kinda garbage. Playtime is around 2 hours. Okay, so yeah, then after that you just kinda like rerun with other builds and stuff. And it costs, well, like around 30.5 bucks, I guess, here. So seems alrighty. That's with discount though, but still. Seems like okay. And based on replayability though, I'm not sure if there's like some upgrades between. So with 64 euro there. Well, I mean, if it's the backpack Pokédex, damn son. Nice translation then, I guess. Like if it is not super replayable, I guess, then I'm not sure. 2 hours of gameplay. Well, it's like one run. And then I guess you can do other ones. There's like a lot of different weapons and stuff. I mean, it's roguelike, seems like. It doesn't really like show in the tags though. But I think it kinda is, since it's like different worlds and everything. And people do play it kinda like for more than 2 hours for sure. Too short, would have liked to see more stages, more items, along with progression being stretched out a bit more. So yeah, there is some more to it, not just 2 hours, but yeah. Only if you are into replaying stuff that much. Keep me more as mini stories, multiplayer. Cooperative escape room style puzzle scenarios, I see, alright. Very positive, free to play. Interesting. Yeah, jailbreak out free. More chapters will come at a later date. Oh, there's a bunch of these. Oh, I see. Okay, how it goes. Alright, so this... Okay, I see. Hey, Mark, hello. Cheaper than going to the movies, yeah. Played with friend, I see. Yeah, it seems like they have a bunch of these, Nice scroll, dude. Why? Nice their scroll. Good job, Gaben. Surprisingly fun with friends, alright. I'll see. Dungeon Master still in the most popular. Insane. Underground Man. Oh yeah, this one is also meme stuff. Brewmaster we saw, Foxhole we saw. So I guess like not that much stuff in the next festive week being released there. I see, Steve, I see. Should become human on sale, and everyone's buying that, alright. With a full flat. Ready or not. The Long Dark. Worth replay for free. Mixed reviews. How about we not? Project Wunderwaffe, damn son. Realities of World War II, amid which seems to be near. Germany is now just a shadow of its power. Your order is to build a secret military base and construct weapons of unprecedented power. Be capable of turning the tide of war. Damn, son. And you get the mouse tank going. That's like the underground base management, I guess. Yeah, there's the mouse tank. This one I forgot, actually. There was a project for that one, but I forgot the name. There's the mouse tank. Then we can get even UFOs there. Insane, insane. Hey, Sacred. Decent game of day fixed servers. Ah, I see. 10th of October, alright. Proteus, yeah, Proteus is good stuff. It's on Game Pass too, I think, right? So that might be something to play. We'll see. We'll see. Big servers and name. Well, I mean, you know, the name is kind of like less of a problem, I guess, compared to servers. Chasm the Rift. Another shooter. The Boomer Shooter. I think there is also the demo of this. Yeah, there is one. See. Groundbreaking classic old school FPS. The groundbreaking old school, alright. And Dusk Dev playing Chasm the Rift, damn son. That's how it goes, Never seen before classic, yeah, pretty much. Interesting. Now, what else do we have there? The Grand Prix story, right? Some racing with management. Strategy, so I guess it should be. Oh yeah, I think we saw this one before, I remember now, the Kairos Soft. Sounds familiar. Yeah, Racing Team Management Simulator. Insane. Evil. The social deduction, alright. Another Amogus-like. Let's see. One more gate, a Wakfu legend. It's like a Wakfu card battler or something. The deck builder. Roguelike deck builder, yeah, okay, I see. In the Wakfu universe. Insane. Is Wakfu still ongoing or something? I actually have no idea. I don't know about, you know, the thing on its own. Haven't watched. I actually like their stuff in general. No, not only some side thing, it looks like. Oh, there is Wakfu though, they have the free-to-play stuff. So it is kind of theirs, I guess, alright. So still go into? Original MMO, So like the Steam release, was it like originally out then? $788, dude. Some rookie numbers then. Since 2014, come on, man. Yeah, you can do better. You can do better. Want the proper MMO reviews there. 1,500, alright. 5,000, alright. 3,000, that's already better. That's already better. Still not as impressive. That's my favorite going then. How's that one going then with reviews, huh? It's like permanent mixed, man. Permanently mixed. This one usually is pumping quite hard there. 14,000 hours. Yeah, that's more like it, man. That's more like it. When was that one out? 16, I think, or something. Yeah, 16. Yeah. So Wakfu's rookie numbers, man, have to step up. You have to step up the game. 10,000 hours. Yeah, it's mostly also like molding reviews, I think, with all the hours. 4,000, 1,600. Yeah. 3,000. Yeah, like all the big ones are molding basically. Yeah. 9,000. They fucked this up so hard though. Had potential, man. Had potential. Hey, Johnny. 3 hours in the launcher. Well, judging by this game, it might actually be not. Getting better, but not quite there yet. 14,000. Yeah, I got saved from this one. They cucked our region on release with prices and everything, so I kind of like was disappointed with that and was like, nope, fuck no, I ain't playing that. 16,000 hours. After that, I ain't gonna play that, and that was a good decision in the end. 17k. Did I see like 20 plus here? I don't remember. I'm browsing this at some point back in the day, I remember too. 1,000, 3,000 hours not recommended. That's mostly like actually not recommended. Like all the positives ones are usually kind of short. Let's go, Johnny. Well, there are some kind of like big ones too, I guess. But a lot of Bolden. Well, with MMOs, it's kind of easy though. Like a lot of negative reviews kind of drop when it's like, you know, some update is out. So like they were enjoying it, but then, you know, rip. Then something drops and they gone. I agree to this. A release of all gacha items. Let's see. Yeah, they fucked it up so hard, dude. 3 indicates IMC does not care for new players and never listen to people feedback. Good game handled by wrong developer. Alright. So like Ragnarok Online being ruined by the company is not always, I guess, just the publishers and everything, because that was like by developers of original Ragnarok Online, and it seems like they are now also ruining it hard. So maybe it's just a curse. SC Junior SC, sounds good, man, sounds good. Well, low sleep doesn't sound that good. Cleaning sounds good though. Let's see, Pinchel PSA. Yeah, I played only beta too. I played the beta, but like the thing is, like I got the key, like the access to the beta, right? And they were selling the supporter packs as always, right? Like classic with MMOs nowadays. Back then it was just kind of getting started with that stuff, but was already quite common too. So I got the closed beta access, and I was playing already, and I wanted to buy the pack because pack was giving like a bunch of stuff, right? But they said like, you know, it also gives you the closed beta access, but those who already have it can wait until closed beta is over, and then you can buy those packs cheaper, because, you know, you don't really need the closed beta access already, right? So you can just kind of get a discount. And I already had access, so I was like, might as well just play on beta, and when it will be getting out, I'm just gonna get the pack without beta access cheaper. And then they changed the prices for Russian region. So the cheaper discounted pack without closed beta access was costing like more than, you know, the original price with closed beta access. So I was like, well, that means you guys don't really want me in here, so I probably rather not. And that was a good choice in the end. It was giving a good Ragnarok Online vibe on beta though. Like it was a little off, but like something was there. Something was there. The super droopy eye style, I see. Really interested in one class. Alright, alright. Yeah, just like what I just went in for like the Ragnarok. Oh yeah, 25,000. Here we go. Yeah, I was in for the Ragnarok Online feel. It was giving some of that, but yeah, that was totally not worth it. Playing since CBT2. That's exactly when the CBT makes sense. You want to compete in endgame with the top whales, be ready to say goodbye to your social life and or money. I see. Game is fun, has a lot of things to do, but unless you plan to spend a lot of money to get things faster, you're gonna have to grind your ass off to get good gears. I see. This Tree of Savior. Tree of Savior. Ragnarok Online 2 should have been in 2016. Kinda, but yeah. Inherited the spirit of Ragnarok Online. And I guess it also inherited the shit company running the game, so... Unlucky. Unlucky, man. I wish we would get some Ragnarok Online 2 properly one day. But considering the actual owners of Ragnarok Online... Like, one of the last things they did was some NFT game, and then they only do like a bunch of like mobile gachas. I have my doubts that we will get it. And even if we will, I doubt it's gonna be good, huh? Or it might be kinda good, but it's probably gonna be pay to win as fuck though. Because original Ragnarok Online 2 didn't go that well. It did exist. It did exist. For a little bit. Ozymandias. Bronze Age Empire Sim. Empire in a single sitting. The strategy of classic 4X and faster format, which also shines in multiplayer. Huh, interesting. Interesting concept. So it's kind of the speedy 4X, without spending the whole generations and everything. Simplified, speedified. There's a demo too. Let's see, Pinchov, see. Now, I haven't even played like any of the side stuff. I was thinking about Ragnarok Online 2 back in the day when it was just kind of out. Like I knew people who did play. I think I was still even playing Ragnarok Online 1 back then. But then yeah, the like first version was kind of like scrapped. And the second version of Ragnarok Online 2 I already haven't played, and that's the one that also failed, so... They basically tried to make like World of Warcraft with the Wii World of Warcraft, basically, let's put it that way, and that didn't work well. Because people who played Ragnarok Online 1, they played for a little bit different experience compared to World of Warcraft. So that didn't work, and competing with World of Warcraft is kinda not that simple, let's put it that way. Just being a weeb not gonna cut it. Fresh Start Cleaning Simulator. What the fuck is that? I feel good post-apo simulator. Cleaning up and repairing a fallen world in the single-player FPS mode. Interesting. Clean polluted environment, repair, renovate, and turn on objects long forgotten by time. Make new friends, take care of nature, or even plant a forest. Give these places a fresh start. I'll see. That's an interesting concept, alright. The early access is gonna be 11th of October. That sounds like a cozy one. That sounds like some cozy experience there. The soup pot. Food with the range of locally sourced supermarket ingredients in traditional kitchens. Discover and learn about more than 100 recipes while streaming your cooking on Cookbook, the in-game social media platform. Or if you stream that on top on Twitch. The streamception. Insane. 2022. Alright, this one doesn't even have a release date. It doesn't even really have it. Your name was fire. Ooh, another survivors like. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, could be, could be. Thankfully they changed it, so now we can. As long as it's not YouTube and Facebook. A tarot punk. Twin stick roguelike with deck building elements. Damn son. That progressively unlock spells and upgrading to defeat hordes of void creatures. By the 5 stages of grief and vanquish the major allegories. Crazy. Another one. That was a demo too for this one. Well, it looks like the Soulstone survivors took over the demo section for all the survivor likes. This one didn't hit. Yeah, they should just add some like survivors in the name or something. That probably would be more successful. I mean, we'll see on release though. It might still be. Silence. So 5 stages of grief and died of cringe. Damn son. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Arrival Zero Earth. Finland, 1995. Damn son. Giant War of the Worlds style aliens invading Finland during a winter in the 90s. Army of local townspeople in this chaotic semi-auto battler roguelike navigate through the snowy countryside to obliterate the aliens from cosmic dimensions. Damn son. Insane. Crazy. Yeah, that's a demo too, nice. The early access also, alright. Dink, seems pretty dink, alright. Yeah, so you said the Tower Princess. Let me see what was with Tower Princess. What was with that one? Overused and recognizable meme? I don't think so. Is it? Is it the meme actually? Isn't even a meme. Yeah, I think it's kind of just a concept of how it works. I mean, it could fit. Kind of like the card game, the Neuro deck, for example, where the theme is, you know, like the psychology and stuff. I think it can fit if it's done right. It just kind of like stylistically sets the game, basically. So this one, yeah, this one actually kind of, I would say flopped, but early access at best. Many menus are flat out broken, making you re-enter them just to scroll back up. That I actually kind of don't really remember. A very high tolerance roguelite players who don't mind repetition and will actually wait for some redesign. Yeah, the repetition was quite insane though, that's for sure. That's for sure. Platforming is bad, every jump required to pass and almost frame perfect. The bosses are cool gimmicky fights the first time, then become unfun chore your 3rd, 5th, 10th time you have to fight them. Could see that, I guess. Dollars can be a limited amount of items to be found, limited tile sets with always the same enemies per tile. 2 playable classes with the gunner becoming the clearly better choice. Worth $10 max, and even that is pushing it. I mean, it's not completely bad. Constant with the map variation is too little. That is true. See, your grief is meaningful, but that's just an artistic vision, though. It's kind of the same as, like, you know, fighting fighting four horses, four horsemen of apocalypse in some game, you know. It doesn't mean that, you know, you need to like make it into some sort of like a very serious encounter and stuff. As long as you can kind of telegraph the theme, you know, why not? It's just the vision. As I said, there is like Neurodeck, for example, which takes like, you know, on like depression and other stuff there. It's mixed, but it's mostly like for other reasons though. So like you have yeah, agoraphobia, for example, and stuff like this, you know, and you fight it with cards, which represent some like meditation, for example, alcohol and stuff. Pretty cool game. Like, you don't need some super serious try-hard stuff to face some kind of deep topics. I would kind of say. Can anyone be serious about Horsemen of the Apocalypse? I mean, not exactly, but it doesn't really. I don't really see people molding about, you know, doing like the acceptance, bargaining, and other stages of grief. Especially since you said yourself it's like a meme. There's a bunch of memes about that, so that doesn't make it less bad when you just take like grief as like a general concept. You know, like why not? Not like the game also mocks it or something. It just, you know, you're gonna have some bosses that will display the bargain and others in other stages, which I'm actually kind of curious how would they display something like that, you know. Maybe there's gonna be some interesting artistic vision there. Darksiders flop multiple times? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. 1 and 2 were successful. I mean, 3 was 3 kind of like overdid, I guess. Yeah, oh, I can see it actually. Nice. Overdid a little bit of like going kind of Souls-like sort of with it, but it was still, yeah, it was still kind of okay, acceptable. There was also Darksiders. What was the name? The top-down one. That one was good. Yeah, 3 just kind of like tried to go like a little Souls away. So it's gonna be like more challenging, but for me that was actually good. I loved 3 a lot. I actually like played through it on stream and I loved it. It was good. Maybe even better for me personally than previous 2, honestly. I kind of liked it more. Like it was more challenging. Top Down was their best Darksiders. That one was kind of nice too. I mean, it wasn't theirs, that's the thing. Actually, I'm not sure. Is it like always different devs? Gunfire Games? Yeah, I think first 2 were different studios. Yeah, the Genesis, that one. Alright, I'm not sure if you can buy this one even. Let's see this one. No, Gunfire Games too, alright. Didn't like 2 that much. I like all of them. 2, like, all of them kind of try to take like a little bit of a twist. I mean, it's different horsemen, it's different twists, so you know. It's good. I think it's good. Yeah, you can take Hellblade, for example, also, that tackles mental issues through the prism of just like slasher, sorta, you know. You can do anything you really want, even if it's gonna be like unserious and not that great of a portrait. At least, you know, they took some different approach to it, whatever. I don't think anyone gonna be like seriously considering some Vampire Survivors like as some sort of like, you know, the beam of light or something. Probably doesn't tackle its shitty gameplay. Well, it could be, yeah. It's not super crazy good for my taste. I will see how the second will be. But yeah, I think it's kind of a little bit of a different goal for the game. Genesis and PS Plus. Genesis is nice. Genesis was pretty good. It's not really big. I think I had it on Steam, right? Yeah. How much did it take me? 18 hours. I mean, kinda. So yeah, I did. And you can co-op it too, so He's good. He's pretty good. Moonscar. Oh, Moonscars? Oh, yeah, actually, that is true. Moonscars, I was kinda waiting to see. I guess that's why. Yeah, it's probably not available here. Yeah, seems like it. That's why I haven't seen it, I guess. All right. But yeah, I played demo before, so it was kind of alrighty. Like, not something I would go for like super hard, but seemed kind of okay. Yeah, demo was available. The full release not. Pipiega. Oh yeah. Speaking of things that actually went under the radar completely. Yeah, this one actually happened. Talking about it, what, last week or week before? And then completely forgot. And there it is out, and what a surprise. Seems like not going that crazy well on PC too. Damn, Sly already played 20 hours. Then what a chump! What a chump! A lot of people who like Let It Die, but didn't like this one. The thing is, like, what I didn't like though from judging by the reviews is that, you know, like the gameplay, the combat is kind of slow. It's all in the oil. And that's not good. Glitch abuse and rampant cheese. Games are short, but they don't feel fair in the least. Win or lose, it's a slog. Stun lock, ping abuse, whack animation cheese, it's all here. They forget to market. I think there's like a booth or something at TwitchCon actually, or somewhere around it. People need to stop comparing it to Let It Die so much as it's its own game. Unique as a BR since it's all melee combat. Yes, there may be a tad bit clunkiness to combat, but it feels good in that you punish people for mashing brain dead or get punished for doing the same. Stun lock sounds like a skill issue. Damn son, got him. Not being mad about not being Let It Die. Well, I mean, quite a lot of people kinda do compare it with the Let It Die and get not very happy since it's not it. Forgot that other regions exist. Can connect to the servers to play, I see. A long stun lock after every hit, Different regions are locked out of matchmaking from both auto, random server, and local matchmaking. Literally unplayable in Australia, and this is never advertised or told to you in any way. I'll see. Not a Babylon like. Well, this one is free, so there is the difference. There is the difference compared to Babylon's Fall. It's free and fun, so I mean there are some people who still kind of enjoying, but yeah, it's not gonna be some. We can actually check though, but yeah, it's probably not gonna be some crazy. One moment. Probably not gonna be anything crazy in terms of success and amount of players. Let's see, SteamDB. What is up there? Yeah, seems like it. At least some people kind of even knew about it, looks like. Yeah, that's when the release happened. October 50, I guess it started launching in. I got like 1,000 people tops. It looks like servers also died at some point there. This again, like the big drop again, goes up. 800 viewers even, damn son. And then it kind of died again. Well, I mean, you know, We'll see. This one is free at least, so has a chance to at least like survive for some time. How good will that chance be? That we will see. Yeah, but seems at least it might have some audience, I guess. It seems like if there's like a lot of cheesing, a lot of like manipulations with animations and stuff, stun locks and everything, that sounds like one of those games when, you know, there's like at some point there's just gonna be like a bunch of people who already like grinded it all out and mastered all those tricks, and then you go in and you just instantly get like cheesed, stun locked and abused, and you just kind of uninstall and never return. So that might be the biggest problem for the game like this. I'm just getting too many of those MLG guys who know the tricks, who don't even like, you know, it's not even gonna see like, you know, they are like that good at the game. It just seems that, you know, they're good at abusing the mechanics. And then a lot of people probably will get a little upset over that and get it uninstalled. Now let's see what's on other stores. Skyrim on Epic available now. It's time to get it on all platforms. Rising Hell and Slain Back from Hell for free. Feels good. Why did they fix it? Did they fix it? Slain is solid now. I didn't really like Slain that much. I like their next game. What was the name? Like, oh yeah, Valfaris. Yeah, Valfaris was way better, I feel. Well, I mean, they're kind of different. That's why, like, the Slain Back from Hell didn't really work for me that well. I just, like, yeah, I just kind of, like, flushed that one. In Valfaris, I went through completely, and that was good. That was really good. Valfaris are recently mixed, actually. What did happen? Because it's like almost overwhelmingly there. Alright, just kinda like this. Bizarre checkpoint design. Non-random enemy patterns placement. Make for painfully artificial difficulty. Damn son. Insane. It's like the roguelike only people now getting to some more of a classic style games. Alright. The non-random patterns, yeah. I think someone just played way too many of, like, you know, procedurally generated stuff. Now they can handle it. Yeah, Valfaris was solid, yeah. Like the last boss fight actually was pretty cool too, I remember. Was it in this one? That's how much? 10 hours actually. Not bad. Huh? Set enemies make stuff more difficult. Well, I mean, as I said, probably kind of used to the fact that everything's randomized and you can just, you know, like do whatever you want. Let's see, top sellers. No, it's probably different editions, maybe. That's the Skyrim Special Edition, by the way. And this one just Skyrim. Oh no, this is the Anniversary Edition. That's the thing. You should get your Skyrim version straight. There's way too many of them. Need a degree in the Skyrim knowledge, you know, at this point already. Considering how many times they sold it to you, it's time to learn. Playing all AC games will really burn you out. Yeah, I mean, that's why I just don't play everything, especially one after another. That's a bit too dank. Everything should be its own time. Anniversary edition, not the new bugs, yeah. The anniversary bug, it's time to celebrate. Alright, that we all kinda saw. Okay, most wishlist didn't really change much. I guess Assassin's Creed got added there. Things like accumulated wishlisted, so like I guess a bunch of this stuff already like accumulated a bunch of wish lists, so it just like stays there sort of forever. Coming soon, ultra goodness. Top player rated the Jackbox body pack, Baldur's Gate 2, Hades, Celeste, the Binding of Isaac. That also I think didn't really change. Trails from Zero. Their new stuff, let's see. Yeah, Goat Simulator outfit coming to Fortnite, saw that last week. Sequel coming city. I think it's probably like something that is already out for a while. Like the first game, I guess the second game just gonna drop and the first game will just drop to Epic or something. A Game Deck Definitive Edition available now. Game Deck actually was kinda... Like, let's see. Let's see what the platform with proper reviews. It was quite chunky in price back in the day. I mean, yeah, they kind of lowered the price. I think it was like 2 times more on the release. This one was quite nice. It's kind of like this RPG stuff, but it's like more like of a detective one. So I guess it, maybe I guess you could kind of compare it in the way to like the Disco Elysium, sorta. There's no actual combat and everything. Looks like they got decent amount of traction, I guess. But yeah, I think this one will be soon somewhere, probably for free or something. Yeah, not an RPG, but an adventure game. Yeah, that's why I kind of like lost a little bit of interest in that one. It's kind of funny because like some still like go, it's old school RPG even, like Shadowrun. This adventure game. And what a slog, yeah. Hey Panda, hello. The Cyberpunk Q&A stuff, a new section this week. Had professions, but no one had training. I think that's already kind of the old stuff, though. Oh, it's now on PC Gamer, I see. Is it the same that was like some YouTuber guy posted, like already? Bro, that was a long time ago, because I was still watching Twitch when that happened, so that was before my vacation, so like late July or something. Yeah, the Romanian Q&A company, yeah. It's like an old one. I don't know, like, because PC Gamer only got to that now. That's an old one, actually, yeah. Like, they had an outsourcing company working on all the Q&A. And that outsourcing company got kinda sus in general there. So they don't really have anything. Let's see, but I mean, it didn't really go any. Like, I only like, basically saw it because... I don't remember who actually was that. Or where did I see that even? I think someone like reacted to it. And it's been a while. Yeah, that's been a while. Yeah, yes, I guess Asman even. Wait, did he do it on his alt stream? Because if he did it on his main stream, that was a while ago. Because like I think he haven't streamed in a while. And I haven't watched any Twitch since early August, so yeah, that was a while ago. I don't know why PC Gamer only got it now. Maybe there's like some more info now to it though, or something though, I guess. Yeah, I think it should be main, probably. Yeah. So I guess there was like maybe more, there was some new info or something, some more details on it, or on that. But yeah, it's quite interesting. That's what you get when you deal with outsourcing, I guess. But also, you don't really have a lot of options otherwise, because like having your own Q&A department all the time is a little... Oh wait, that's the wait, Quantic stuff now? Oh, oh, I see, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Wait, no, that's the Quantic Lab, yeah, that's not the Quantic Dream, that's a different one. Yeah, that's the Quantic Lab there was. So now I guess there's more companies involved, sorta. Yeah, that was the CDPR stuff there. Well, we can get that 1 second. We'll get that. We'll get that, at least part of it. But yeah, it seems like it's mostly CDPR stuff though. I think it's mostly CDPR stuff, so that kind of already. But I mean, yeah, that's what it is. Full lead tester could expect to earn around 680 euro a month. That's pretty much like that. That's the same with the Q&A here, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe nowadays they did raise the salaries, but when I was looking into it back in the day, that was pretty much the same. That was pretty much what you would get. Actually, maybe even a little bit more here, to be honest. Maybe even a little bit more here. Yeah, worth displaying, yeah. Yeah, that seems kind of like the one, yeah. So that's like the thing is, like, you need to have the outsourced Q&A, in my opinion. Well, depends on the size of the company. I think CDPR at this point, especially at this point, with the amount of shit they have in the work, they probably should already kind of, like, you know, fork out a little bit of money to get their own Q&A. But for like a lot of like smaller companies and everything, I feel it's, yeah, they had it in the house, but they like were not making it and everything already. And it wasn't enough for such huge game. Because like the game was huge, right? They need like a lot of testing to do, so they kind of went for the outsourced stuff too. So that's kind of something you need to deal with, and then, you know, then I guess the price just was way too attractive. But yeah, that's kind of like with outsource in general, what you might get with outsource overall. If you try to go for some cheap outsource in some regions that have like lower level of life and cheaper prices, lower salaries, then yeah, that's what you might also get, to be honest. So yeah, that's not exactly, it's not exactly new, but doesn't make it better. But I think at this point they need to have like a big Q&A now, because they have like, what, 5 projects in the work right now. I think that might kind of justify having more of your own people working on that. Maybe they will, now that they already, you know, burnt on this. Because you can't really also like just push it to some other Q&Ers. Like, it's kind of like this one of those things. Like, no one cares how much effort you put into. No one cares, like, you know, who was involved and stuff. The only thing people care about is the end result. If the end result is shit, they don't give a fuck like who's at fault or something. It's just shit result, and you are shit also because you are associated with it. That's it. Will I not disclose the lack of experience? Yeah, that would be the same stuff here, I'm pretty sure. Like, in our region, I'm pretty sure they would do pretty much the same stuff. Fake it until you make it, you know. That's pretty much it. ABD Bounce, hello. I see you, alrighty. Have a good one. Have a good Sunday, you too. Thank you. You have a good day. I'm not disclosing the lack of experience, yeah. That's kind of like the thing is, like, for many people, that's like kind of the only almost way to get like in the game dev and stuff, because you almost always need to have some experience. And outside of Q&A, as a person who kind of looked through a whole bunch of like game dev openings and stuff in the past like months and everything, outside of Q&A, if you don't have some like particular skills, like art, for example, or like sound, or like coding, like if you just want like game design, like writing, for example, you know, or like some level design and stuff like this, like that's the only way for you to get that experience, because no one else gonna get you anywhere else. So there's a lot of people who go there and ready to tolerate the shit salaries and the shit treatment, pretty much, and just to get a chance at you know, getting like some permanent contract in the studio, or like hopping up to the better position later, you know, and have like some having something in resume from like the gaming industry, so they can try to go for something else. And that's basically the problem. That's pretty much the problem with that. Alright, let's see what's on the GOG then. Seems like Epic is not really providing us with anything crazy. The Akupara game sale. No, not this. The store. Like reshuffling the menus and stuff. Alright, Skyrim is here too. It's 50% discount actually. Ooh, why would you buy it on Epic then? Oh, they have like 14th anniversary sale, I see. GOG got some sales. Project Zomboid, 40%. Oh yeah, the Diablo's on 20% sale still. Insane. The value. Shadow War expansion pass. So now you can get Shadow War from Prime for free. It's gonna be the GOG code, and then you can also get the expansion pass for it for $5. Not bad. Not bad. Smart. Kinda smart, I would say. Here's Scorn. $20 basically Scorn gonna be. We'll see. Gonna play it. Ooh, here's some other magic on sale, bruh. Get it. Instantly on the second spot. GOG is like the here's some other magic platform. I can't get it anywhere else. In the proper way. Everything is like the HD remake that is complete garbage. Only here you can get the actual original one. And then you just mod it. And it's way better than the HD edition. Fear Platinum on sale. Yeah, Morven for $4. Not too bad. Superpower 3. Stedigos. We'll see if I'll get to play those Stedigos demo tomorrow or something. Maybe I'll pick some more wordy things. Johnny said it's not that crazy good, eh? Not sure. Kinda want to try, but we'll see if I'll have some higher priority stuff for that. Since tomorrow's gonna be the last day of the next fest, so gotta get all the demos. The RPG Monday gotta wait. I need to play all the demos. Gotta play them all. Oh, Potioncraft will be on GOG. Oh, I thought that was already in here. That's kind of fitting game for GOG, I would say too. Potioncraft is good stuff. Do you have interest on sale, maybe? My wishlist. They're not even on sale, bro. ATB channel low. How we doing? How's it going? The Stalker pre-order, yeah. Here's 4 also on sale. Nice. 5 on sale. I remember I bought the whole collection, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for like also like $5 or something. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Those days were like probably like 3 years ago or something. God knows when. Then 20% discount Warcraft 1 and 2. Pog. Activision with generosity. A boy and his blob. What a game. And now like discounts already disappeared. It's just browsing, I guess. Alright. Interesting way to do it. It's still in the catalog, but just with no sale. Amazing. Amazing. Alright. Oh yeah, I haven't checked the... Let me see. The hidden gems, maybe. And then we can get to the news. Let's see. Terra Invicta. Still go pretty good. Yeah, it's actually also Hooded Horse, by the way. Nice. A very positive 84%. There's a lot of enjoyers, man. There's a lot of enjoyers of this kind. It's a nice game, but it was like way too dink. Way too dink. The demo was quite dink. Yeah, Brotato. Ooh, this one goes overwhelmingly already. Nice. A noise. Arena shooter roguelites. Not bad. Kino very positive. The prices are still way too dang, dude, so no. Not with those prices. Enhanced edition. Where did I need enhanced? Oh wait, there's a new one, right? It's Commander Pack. Yeah, I should have already like everything except for the Commander Pack, I guess. Meta Publishing, Monka S. The meta is here. Beer brewing, man. I need to brew some more. Need to brew some. I already have a bunch waiting. This Commander Edition. Let's see. Digital OST, digital map, in-game item, magnificent plume hat, in-game item, Ratcatcher's goggles, dashing cavalier's gloves, and righteous exorcist bracers. Just a bunch of skins for you, pretty much, for that edition. Sounds a bit too expensive for what it is, I would say. To be honest. Yeah, like a supporter pack, I guess. Underground Mon 2 again, that's just the meme stuff. Russian streamers with their memes, man. Yeah, that's the finals. Coming soon. There's like the Giga Zoomer trailer and everything. Not sure how this will go. In full explosion, I guess, is kind of cool idea, but yeah. Gotta see how it goes. Gotta see how it goes. Darkrai is even released? No, I don't think so. Well, like delayed or something. Land of the Vikings. Oh, they have Skull actually there. Nice. Victuals the Vikings. Village and expanded thriving city. Wise Jarl must manage resources, survive harsh conditions and enemy raids. Guide their fellow Vikings to work together through social conflict. Not bad. Quarter 4. It also looks pretty beautiful. Maybe a little short of the Manor Lords. Manor Lords is just like... Well, I mean, it's not even out yet, so, you know. This one also not even out yet, so I guess. The earthquakes. We actually have earthquakes there. In Scandinavic regions. I thought we don't really have much of that. Like, we don't have any of that, like, here in Petersburg, like, in all north, I think. Like, northwest, I don't think we have any earthquakes around here. We have tiny ones, I see, alright. Yeah, we just have, like, none whatsoever. So I guess some benefits of living here. Everything's boring, everything's plain, but there's no poisonous shit, there's no natural disasters, you know. I see, Mark, I see. Oh, up north you have some because of mining, alright. Oh, some like the underground explosions and stuff. Kinda like on Forsen stream. The gods are pleased, yeah, I guess might be. Might be. It might be nice, that might be nice. Dual Universe. Oh, that's the MMO stuff. Oh, and that one is out actually, 27th of September. Oh, looks like not that crazy good, eh? That one was one of those that is like looking kind of like super cool concept and everything, but then you kind of question how it will actually work, and it looks like maybe not perfect. Negotiate hello. The daily explosions indeed, eh? Broken piece of crap, nice. Absolute garbage in its current state. Damn, that's like some brutal reviews back to back there. Can't even log in after buying the game, alright. Better version, half a game. Bind and build to your heart's content. There's no real economy because anyone can make anything they want and it will last forever. I refunded and did not recommend it. Paid for a month subscription. Should have done the demo instead. Oh yeah, it was subscription based too, yeah. True. Yeah, Mark, feels bad, man. Years ago, I thought this game had real potential. I mean, it looked like it had real potential. And that's like a lot of these games, to be honest. They look like a lot of potential, and then they are actually out. And where's the game, bro? Where is it? I don't see the game. Potential never realized in the end. Big time sink with nothing to do. That's the problem with making MMOs nowadays. You either need like a fuckload of money to dump into it until you release it with and a lot of time too, until you release something decent, or you drop it like an early access or something. It's not even early access actually. And yeah, and deal with all the molding people because there is no content and no end game and nothing to do. So yeah, MMO genre is not in the best spot. I think like outside of like Riot, with Riot MMO, I'm not gonna see something like super successful, I feel. Well, maybe some that are already like for a while in development, like Ashes for example, maybe. I'm like not sharing the copium that much. And something like, what was the name? The Camelot Unchained. That stuff was on Kickstarter in like, I don't even remember, like 2012, 2013 or something, and it's still not out yet, so we'll see. We'll see when it will be actually finally out, if it will be actually finally out. Like at this point they already like spent all the money from Kickstarter like 10 times over, so like I'm actually not sure, and they don't have any product yet whatsoever, so no idea how they even survive. Yeah, yeah, no, for sure, like with the, especially with subscription base, like and you have no content there, like bro, that is very ballsy. That is very ballsy. And a roguelite and ARPG, yeah. Son, that was pretty dank. That looks pretty dank. Positive reviews, 100% positive even. Not many, so we did get some hidden gems, I guess. Early access. That looks pretty nice. I guess the money hello. Pretty decent price still. Seems pretty good. Lots of classes actually fun. Survival funded, feels good man. Indeed, indeed. I'll be surviving October. Well, unless other factors from the outside get involved into surviving October, you know. Well, October, I guess I will. And then we'll see more about November with those external factors. That's more like November, December, I would say. That we'll see. That we'll see. And yeah, the loot crates instead of the subscription. That could be better for them, maybe. Maybe. It's not Twitch money? Nope. Nope. A matriarch. Oh, this one wasn't the mostly positive, huh? I guess some update was good. Yeah, since they got some patches going. So did they actually fix it? Need friends which I don't have. Positive review, nice. Constant disconnecting. The fabled Twitch money, yeah, what is that? What is that? First saw this on developer's TikTok page. Damn son, there it comes. TikTok apparently is really good to promote games though. Like you can actually strike gold there easily. Yeah, Mark pretty much is stuck somewhere there. Except, well, I mean, it's like it's on pause, so technically it's gonna arrive one day, but since there was no communication whatsoever since early March, then yeah, I kind of have big doubts about it. Big doubts about it. Like zero. They take my money though if I want to sub to someone. Now we can literally just use the payment methods we have here in my bank even to pay for subs, but not getting shit back. So fun. Pretty sure if they would really want to, they could deal with that. Like many other platforms didn't. Like YouTube, for example, never stopped paying anything to people. You can't earn, though, if you make content for our audience, because there's no monetizing anymore. But if you make for a international audience, I think you still can like earn no problems. A bike to the house, yeah. Maybe you will. Just pass some through the space, through the astronauts, you know, at this point. Until our astronauts also didn't separate from everyone else, as they plan to. With our own space station, the Blackjack and Hookers, which they plan to send in a couple of years, I think. PP guy. Oh, finish it. Finish the queue. There we go. Done. Alright, so let's get to them actual news then. Them actual news. Let's start going through some news through the week also. A little bit of that. So, some of the things we already were talking about earlier this week. On my little news shows. Yeah, but not in depth though, so. Alright, let's go. Man, this is nice. This one looks very poga. Too bad it's like it's nothing really, yeah. At least yet, it's gonna take forever probably, yeah. But still. I wish we'll get that one day. That would be really good to get something like this. It's basically GZ Doom, I think. So it's like on Doom engine. That's you guess about it. I see, I'll get to that too, on a little more details, I guess, about that. Just kidnap him and make him work on Starfield. Yeah, it's gonna be Pixel Starfield already, you know. In the works. In the works. But no, I think like the Dusk Dev already kind of like looking, already were talking with them about it, so who knows? Who knows? Problem is they can't really, you know, do anything with the franchise, right? With all the features of the franchise. Tiger. So if it's really like just different boomer shooter, it's not gonna hit the same way, you know? It's gonna hit differently. It might still be good though. But there was something about Phosmo devs. What was about the Phosmo devs? What was about those? Not sure if I've seen. Xbox Game Pass gets swarmed by Plague Tale, Requiem, Scorn, and more this month. So yeah, there was a chivalry already there. Plague Tale, that I'm not really personally interested much, but that's good though for Game Pass. Scorn, that I'm gonna play. Evil, oh that's the Amogus like. Medieval Dynasty, yeah, I think it was already there, so I'm not sure. Dyson Sphere program, I kind of feel it was also there, but not sure. But yeah, Scorn I'm gonna play out of this lineup. I'll do it for sure, then we'll see what else. And then we will see what else. Discord kittens in the official Phosmo Discord. What the fuck is Discord kittens, man? Stop with giving weird names to things. Sexual harassment, I say. Discord admin and them ignoring it for a year. Oof. Also, it's just like some guy they put like the mod in Discord or something. Well, I mean, admin is kind of like higher up than the mod, but still. It's a really old term. Damn, son. Well, I'm sorry. I'm dealing with any Discord kittens, so... Not familiar. Ah, Medieval is only for Xbox, so it never left PC. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. CD Projekt Red announces a new Cyberpunk game, multiple Witcher games, and a new IP. That's what we already kind of saw. Wish they would kind of like come up with a little bit better, you know, like the logo mocap at least is like literally just like, I don't know, like Arial or something. No, not Arial probably, but still just like simple font there. Done. Alright, Orion, take the Cyberpunk franchise further and continue harnessing the potential of this dark future universe. Cyberpunk 2078, yeah. Witcher, CPR revealed that next Witcher game, which is announced earlier this year, is being developed under the codename Polaris. Studio says it's the beginning of a new saga, and that it aims to release 2 more Witcher games after Polaris, creating new AAA RPG Witcher trilogy. So that's gonna be another one. Another trilogy. Wait, the new beginning of the new saga. So wait, that's not the... No, this should be the sequel, right? The Polaris should be the sequel to the current trilogy. Canis Majoris is the cat one, so that's a separate one. Full-fledged external studio headed by experienced developers. Alright. Yeah, I see Zernix, I see. Well, I mean, yeah, whatever. It's also like just a Discord admin, I guess it's not like completely in the studio. That's why it's an issue with like the moderators and stuff like this. You know, you either like get some people on salary and stuff, but if you're a small studio or some like small streamer or something, you can't really afford that. So you just need to rely on, you know, on the people who are ready to volunteer to not be fucking weird. And sadly, that is not that simple nowadays, especially, you know. And that's the serious one. Molasses Flood is working on a game in the Witcher universe, and during today's investor call, the CDPR released some additional details about the project. Series is a code name for the game developed by the Mollusks Flood, set in the Witcher universe and created with support from CDPR. Will differ from our past productions, offering multiplayer gameplay on top of a single-player experience, including a campaign with quests and a story. Well, looks like this one might be, since it's like the multiplayer features and stuff. That might be something where you will make your own hero, I think. To close the new game's announcement, CDPR revealed the Project Hadar, a third entirely distinct IP created from scratch. This project is in the earliest stages of the creative process, according to the studio, which means it's not actually developing any of the game just yet. Now CDPR is working exclusively on the foundation for this new setting. So yeah, now it's time for them to get their own in-house Q&A big, yeah, because they have a bunch of shit going on now. About time. Alright, more on the remasters that we never asked for. Horizon Zero Dawn Remake, Remaster, and Horizon Multiplayer game reportedly in development. Oh, most of the drum is about that dev. Alright, I see, alright. Yeah, that is part of the same problem, though. How to judge what is happening there. Oh, well, you're gonna be very careful with who to mod and who to admin and stuff, for sure. You need to be also, well, I mean, yeah, I guess if they saw it and didn't do anything, that's already a bit of a different story. Alright, so MP First, which reports that its source tell the publication this remake remaster will feature an improved lighting system, overhauled textures, better animations and character models, more in line with those of Horizon Forbidden West. Zero Dawn sequel that released back in February. However, MP First notes that sources didn't say whether that was built from the ground up remake or a remaster. It might fall somewhere in between for all we know. And the project's big focus is bringing Forbidden West's accessibility features over to Zero Dawn, something Sony did with The Last of Us Part 2 and Part 1. As far as gameplay changes go, the publication says its sources say those will be mostly quality of life improvements. Also says it's unclear if this remake remaster will be at scale of Last of Us Part 1 or something lesser. Only time will tell. Okay, going wild, yeah. Last of Us remake sell good? I think so, yeah. I think it was like on some top charts even again too. So, you know, farming easy money there. Other sources that say PlayStation team, presumably Guerrilla Games, is developing an online multiplayer game set in the world of Horizon for PlayStation 5 and PC. The first has two sources that were able to verify this project, and the third source went a step further, citing that the game may feature a form of co-op. However, the publication knows that it has not been able to verify that or whether the game's online functionality would include co-op or PvP. It's all kind of rumors still, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you need like a remake and remaster when you can just patch it in? You know, if it's just quality of life, accessibility, and like a little bit of like graphical, you know, improvement, then why not just make a fucking update? I make a DLC for like $10 or something. Okay, sure. Those people who need it, they can buy it. But nah, yeah, we're gonna sell it for $70 again, probably. Maybe just rumors though, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see about that. Thing is also, I'm not sure. Like, Last of Us was like a super big hit for them though, always, right? From the very beginning. Horizon is kinda big, but is it really like that crazy big for people to like go again now to buy it for $70? I'm kinda not sure, to be honest. I can't do that. Bloober Team announces the Medium TV series adaptation. Alright, Tomasz Baginski, an executive producer for Netflix Witcher series, and Bluebird Team's own Piotr Babiana will oversee the show. Film industry and video game industry are close to my heart, and I'm very happy that there is finally an opportunity to bring them both together. Babiana writes in the blog post, according to Bloody Disgusting, story we told in the game was appreciated by players, and now more people will be able to hear about it. Latest hits of streaming platforms based on games such as Cyberpunk, Edge Runners, or Arcane have shown that this is the perfect time for such productions. Yeah, you're forgetting about like something like Resident Evil, for example. Show, you know, and there's also like two things that kinda common for Cyberpunk and for Arcane, that they're all kinda cartoons, and you know, if it's the live action shit, that so far those are not really like super crazy successful, I guess you could say. So you will need to really nail it, and I don't think that, I don't know, I mean, I'm kind of like, whatever, if it will be good, it's fine, but I just, the medium, like, it was kind of like a cool concept for the game, right? And I think the game didn't really like go like some super pogo or something, right? What was the consensus on it even? Well, I guess it's not available here as always. Alright, classic, can't even check this shit. Fucking hell, dude. But yeah, I think consensus wasn't that it's like some sort of masterpiece, really. Emo Cafe, hello. So it's like, it's a cool concept for the game, because it's not something that was like done really that much before, right? Wasn't even done that well from what I heard. But like for movies, it's not like anything super crazy there. So like, will it be like that super unique and cool for the movie to be like very like interesting? Not sure. Do they have like crazy fan base from the game? Not really. So I don't know. I mean, I guess. Handling of the teams had been really criticized. I see. Wait, the gameplay was in the end non-unique. Like, I thought like the feature with like different dimensions was cool. But again, that's cool in my opinion in the games, because it wasn't like really done that much in the games. But I mean, I'm not really a super huge movie guy, right? So I can't really give you examples. But I think like all this stuff with different dimensions in the movies is already kind of like not that super new. I mean, you still can do something good, right? Like any theme is somewhat used in the movies and stuff, and you can make it cool still, right? If you do it good. But then why not take some other franchise, for example? I mean, the Bluebird did like what's the name? Layers of Fear, right? Was there still? Like, that could be kind of more interesting of a horror movie. Like, it wasn't like unique, I guess, in terms of the game, but at least like it was interesting and went way better for people who played it. Oh yeah, they played in the two world system. Yeah. Actually, I think that might be true. That might be the case too. Yeah. The dress that they have patented. Yeah. So I'm not sure. And yeah, again, like the success of both these adaptations were mostly because they are like cartoons, not live action. Like, was there even like some really good adaptations like recently? Like, I guess there maybe were some like before, right? But were like good adaptations that are live action that of the video games. Like, can you remember some? Like, as I said, I'm not really a huge movie guy, so I can't even like really remember many. Like Resident Evil out of the recent ones flopped. That I heard. Was there something else made by like adopted games that were very successful, especially as like shows on like Netflix and stuff, for example? Hey Vexy, people like Halo TV series. I only heard like bad stuff about Halo, to be honest. That, you know, like especially a lot of molding over the helmet removal and everything. Hey Claudia, hello. No, from the old stuff, yeah, there was some good stuff. Like first Resident Evil with Mila Jovovich, I actually liked. That was back when I actually watched something. So that one I actually liked, yeah. Uncharted was okay, alright. Alright, Uncharted I guess that I heard too. The Hitman movie, that was, yeah, like, back in the day, like, adaptations were even worse. Back in the day, adaptations were all just, like, mostly, like, just failing completely. Like, recently, it kind of feels like it's better, but again, like, all the success is in, like, cartoonish stuff, right? Like, Dota, Castlevania, Cyberpunk, Arcane, it's all not the live-action stuff. It was hard to fuck up the Uncharted movie, though. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like Tomb Raider. But they managed to fuck up the Tomb Raider with the last one, right? Apparently, from what I heard. So, yeah, no. You can fuck that up, too. Oh, yeah, true, actually. Yeah, Detective Pikachu and Sonic. Yeah, those went well. That is true. That is true. You like the new one? Yeah, I heard like only like the bad stuff, and that now like the new Tomb Raider will be like the revamp, completely with different actress. Yeah, I haven't watched. I only watched like old Tomb Raiders back in the day, like a long time ago. I think we even like, when was the first one? I wonder. I think we watched one in the movies, so that was very long ago. I've never been in like a couple of decades, I guess. At this, no, not a couple of decades, but 15 years at least for sure. So that was like way before that, and I think it was even like me, my friend, and like we had like his grandma or something escorting him. So yeah, that was a while ago. Could be, Mark, could be. Yeah, I haven't watched the new one, so I can't really compare. But I mean, I have a friend who is basically like my friend who's pretty much all those live actions, all the remakes and everything. He just judged by by the booba. That's it. Like his criticism of the movie was pretty much, yeah, they got someone without booba, so it's trash. That's pretty much how he judges the movies. That's it. Yeah, I watched first movie with Jolie for sure. Maybe like the second one. But yeah, I kind of like, you know, it was just like an action movie for me. Or whatever. Like I haven't played like Tomb Raider actually, so no, just I don't even know how we ended up there, to be honest. I think, yeah, because like, oh yeah, video games, movies, let's go watch it, even though we never played it really, but still, let's go watch it. No booba, no deal. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for him. Like any 80s stuff. It's kind of funny sometimes. Most live adaptations still coming. Yeah, so they kind of just like, oh yeah, it's, you know, gaming adaptations going good, so let's make one. Without realizing that all that were successful are not actually live action. Well, I mean, all the luck, sir. Twisted Metal, yeah. We'll see. I have to agree though, like watching live action, like I want to see Fallout, for example, right? I only watch stuff that I kind of like really sort of care about. So the only things I watched recently after a very long break was Dune, because I love Dune. I read Dune, I played Dune, I watched old Dune back in the day and rewatched it kind of recently. Well, like 5-6 years ago, kind of, I guess. And I somewhat care for Cyberpunk, right? So I watched that too. I don't really care for League of Legends, but I really like Runeterra, and, you know, they're making MMO and stuff, so I watched Arcane also, and those were good. And I want to watch Fallout, because I kind of care for Fallout. That's live action, and I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm just trying to imagine that, and it all kind of seems weird. I don't know. We'll see, I guess, how they make it. But I think making, like, the cartoon stuff is way easier when it's, like, the game adaptation. Yeah, Fallout TV show already is in the work. It's actually Amazon, so maybe we'll even be able to watch it together. I'm not sure, though, because I can't sub to Prime from here nowadays, right? So I guess we can't. I guess we can't, then. Like the Max Payne movie, I see. I mean, there was a Doom movie. Yeah, no. Maybe the one and only. I haven't watched that. Only for the decorations. Yeah, the decorations they already showed. That looks cool, but like how they will make that show, I have no idea. Because like the Fallout is weird, right? It has like a lot of this like kind of like the weird stuff, basically. Like when you see it in the game, it's kind of fine. When you see like real people with that, it's gonna be kind of weird. You know, I feel like. Like all this like retro-futuristic humor, you know, kind of, I don't know. Like it's not serious. Like if it would be like some sort of serious post-apocalyptic stuff, that would be way easier to, you know, to kind of like come up with something and to make it cool and to digest it for the viewer. But like with this like unserious note to it and stuff, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, dude. I mean, if it'll be like the Mojave stuff, that it'll be even like maybe somewhat alright. That's another question, like what they're gonna take. I mean, obviously it's like Bethesda probably will push only their stuff, so will we have like synths and everything there? What we're gonna see there? Like which region, which vaults? There's gonna be new vault apparently, but will it be in the vault? Will it be in the wasteland? You know, what's gonna happen there? I kind of hope it's gonna be more on a serious note though. Like so we see like, you know, some like actual wasteland, you know, post-apocalyptic, a little grim, you know, some dank raiders, not some, maybe something like Mad Max-ish, you know, I guess, which I haven't seen any new movies though of Mad Max, so hard to compare. Wiki has pretty good video game adaptation list, best one is 60% rating. Oof. But yeah, I will watch Fallout just because Fallout, that's it. I already lost hope in Fallout universe much. And with Bethesda, what Bethesda is doing with it. Even though now I have some hope. God, Hughes today, what the fuck. I have some hopium for that because, you know, Microsoft owns them now. And have a lot of good RPG studios under their belts. So I have some hopium that maybe we will see some good Fallout. Let's see, Vex. No, I haven't seen that one. We haven't seen that one. PlayStation's recent investment into From Software might include TV and movie opportunities. Yeah, the interview between Reuters and PlayStation Studios had Herman Hulst, in which Hulst explains PlayStation's investments into its PC and mobile efforts as of late, as well as a recent investment into Elden Ring developer From Software. According to Hulst, further investments in areas that will strengthen the expansion onto PC, onto mobile, and into live services is definitely a possibility for PlayStation. Ooh, damn, live service Dark Souls. Let's fucking go, dude. Oof. You're running out of flasks? You can buy our premium flasks package for only $10.99. More interesting to From Software fans perhaps than the Hulst's answer when asked about Sony's investment in the studio. You should think of collaborations on the game development side first and foremost. But it's also not unthinkable with our PlayStation Productions efforts that we explore opportunities, he said. Sony has 14.09% stake in From Software, and it's not quite enough to make decisions independent of the studio's other investors like Tencent, which acquired 16.25% of From Software around the same time Sony invested. So while PlayStation Productions might be interested in Bloodborne horror movie one day or an Elden Ring TV series about Jarbayern, for example, From Software and its other investors would likely need to give the green light as well. Here's hoping though, because From Software's properties, be it Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Dark Souls or something else, seem ripe for an on-screen adaptation. Can they just take Bloodborne because Sony owns the IP though? Like, I don't think they even need to ask really From Software. Like, I think they owned it completely, so they can just make it and whatever. From Software game be good as a movie? Yeah, it's kinda gonna be a tricky one. I could see that as some sort of like, you know, art house movie, like some movie with no voice acting or something, or like with minimal voice acting and stuff, maybe. With some like, you know, the environmental narration as they love to put it or something. But like, you know, like the full scale like show blockbuster for like the popcorn eating or something, I kinda not sure. I'm working with Mads Mikkelsen, yeah. Sony can do it if they want, yeah, we'll see, we'll see. It's gonna be kind of not that simple. Yeah, Sekiro I feel like I haven't played yet still, right? But from bits I've seen, is kind of like, yeah, it has a little bit more interaction, I guess, between like the character and the world and other characters. So because in the rest you just kind of like this like faceless, silent dude walking around. So not sure exactly. I mean, Bloodborne could work though. Like you could just like take some sort of I'm gonna get the rock on board. Yeah, true, true. Maybe they're gonna dig out the legend. What was his name? The director, Blood Rain and everything. What was he? The meme dude. That would be something. That would be something. Uwe Boll. Yeah, exactly. The Mila Jovovich and everything. Get the full combo. Southbourne is ambiguous. Yeah, sorta. But I mean, they could just like do something in the world, sorta. Like previous hunt or like next hunt or something like this, you know, just kind of like expand on the lore and get people hooked on that stuff and then just like throw a second game or something. That would be kind of cool. I would watch that for sure. Bloodborne. Like Dark Souls, I actually don't really care too much, honestly. Like I still don't know lore of Dark Souls whatsoever. I haven't watched not a single VOD video. I just like, you know, I just like to go in and then just like, you know, roll and stab. That's what I like. That's it. I don't really care. Bloodborne actually kind of got me in terms of like lore and everything. That I really like. Bloodborne I really like. Before Yarnam turned to shit, yeah. Even though like I think basically like the shit. Well, actually, yeah, I guess, yeah. When they found like, you know, the old blood and all that stuff. Because I think it turned to shit probably a while ago. I feel like it might be again, you know, just kind of like the cycles of the hunts and everything going on. Damn, so damn. Big good TV show, yeah. Just some hunts going on there or something with the old hunters and everything, and then it's kind of like foreshadowing, you know, things that go to shit and how, you know, the game starts with like the cause and everything, for example, maybe in the end, and with them being locked out in like the hunter's nightmare or something. Could be cool. Could be cool. The Bloodborne novel. Yeah, I haven't read that one actually. But we'll see, maybe. I mean, there's like so many talks about like, you know, them doing something with Bloodborne and like nothing happens ever at all. So I'm not sure. Is there something like big brewing up, or there's actually not going to be happening anything at all and they just want to forget about it? Platinum Games confirms Jennifer Hale as the new voice of Bayonetta. Various overlapping circumstances made it difficult for Helena Taylor to reprise her role. We held auditions to cast the new voice of Bayonetta and offered the role to Jennifer Hale, whom we felt was a good match for the character. I understand the concerns some fans have about the voice change at this point in the series, but Jennifer's performance was way beyond what we could have imagined. Confident that her portrayal of Bayonetta will exceed our fans' expectation. Yes, it's like Femme Shepherd and Mass Effect. Samus Aran, Naomi Hunter, and Ash in Overwatch, Rivet and Ratchet and Clank. Despite this change, Platinum also confirmed that Bayonetta's Japanese VO remains unchanged. She's still voiced by Atsuka Tanaka, so well, I mean, all the fans of original stuff can just, you know, just play Japanese, the only right version anyway, right? So why not? Why not? They still can save it if they want to get to have it old school. Alright. Vives Molden. Stadia exclusive A Guild goes multi-platform next year, so they're saving this one from Stadia. Bring terrific news, the Guild is going multi-platform in 2023. More info to come in the upcoming months. Yeah, Stadia went a little bit bigger there, that's for sure. That's for sure. PlayStation Stars, Sony's new loyalty program, is now live in North and South America. Time to get them digital rewards. That are not NFTs, by the way, mind you. Specifically mentioned. Europe, Australia, New Zealand next week on October 13th. Steve's gonna farm some stars. Gonna farm some stars then. Need for Speed Unbound officially revealed out this December on new gen consoles and PC. Alright, new Need for Speed, not that I really care too much, but I mean, yeah, no. Why not? Need for Speed is quite classic, I would say. Might be DMC. Oh, actually true, yeah. They do like the DMCA some of the rap action and everything. So let's get back to Diablo instead. Should be fitting enough. Be fitting enough. I guess not the same without the music though. I wonder how we even play nowadays with all the music in Need for Speed though. They have like pretty dank licensed soundtracks there, so I'm not sure. There's gonna be like a little bit of like the underground Fiesta going on with like some street racing. The underground was the last one I played, the first underground. And they got the rapper into the game, damn son. Yeah, Luke's too zoomer, I think so. No, I think it's like, I mean, underground was kind of the same. And there was no zoomers back then, pretty much, you know. They sort of were just getting born back then. But it's different, I see. It's Criterion. It might be good. Doesn't look like every other racing game. Yeah, sorta. That is kind of true. Like lately, most of them is just, you know, like the same. Like we have this like circle track, and we have all those shiny, cool cars in like liveries of different companies, just like racing there. It's not too bad, I guess, to get a little bit of different stuff going. I get back to some of that street racing and everything. The Blood Racing Club, yeah. No Toyota, by the way. How so? Fandom acquires GameSpot, Metacritic, and Giant Bomb, other sites. WSJ report says deal valued at $55 million. I'm not even sure nowadays if it's like a really good deal, to be honest. I think all these like news sites and everything, they kind of slowly might be going down a bit. Like the GameSpot, Giant Bomb, not sure, dude. I mean, Metacritic, I guess, kind of alright, but I'm not sure if it's like really good for monetization, though. Deal will see the above brands combined into Fandom's main platform, according to the company, and will also continue to expand Fandom's global fan platform to super serve entertainment and gaming fans as well as partners. And Bomb is not really a news site anymore, I see. Well, I mean, that's the way at least to do something with it. Platform for several personalities that make content. I mean, that's actually at least maybe not too bad. Just another platform for someone who makes content, that's at least kind of something. Like if it's just another platform for people working on it. Oh yeah, Mark, yeah, a lot of those companies do that stuff, yeah. Even though what's Fandom, it's like the Wiki stuff, basically. You probably had those before. Is Fandom that big? It seems like it. He's Soltris. So I guess there is some sort of monetization going. They actually sold in... Now, part of acquisition, 500 million acquisition of CNET Media Group from previous owner Viacom, I see. HRC, hello. A dry site with just using it is no longer that lucrative. It's not lucrative at all nowadays. It's in general just a website. It's not that lucrative nowadays, unless you have some sort of like service there or something going. Because people rather, you know, get news in better formats and better places, pretty much. I think it's more about the social media and stuff. Which is kind of sad though, because, you know, site is something you own. So like when you make content for the website and everything, it's your content. It's your platform you promote and everything. And when you do it on another platform, like on Twitch, for example, or somewhere else, it's, you know, it's kind of their content now, not yours. And they can just remove you from platform if they want at any time, you know. So that's a bit of a problem. Post rumors and make money, yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Alright, the first trailer. Fine. I don't really care too much about it. But, I mean... that's kinda, I guess, important for people. Steve can watch it for like 100th time. 101st time. Hey, Moshafik, hello. How we doing, man? I like how Nintendo stuff, they don't... did they make it into some sort of isekai there or whatever? The Mario is not from there. Let's see, what did I say? So gonna get some crossover with Mario and something else from IRL. It's coming. True, Rev, true. His original voice would be annoying as shit. Well, I mean, if he would be talking a lot, maybe. Hard to say, hard to say. Not a fan of Hollywood humor, I see. 80 million's budget for that thing, damn son. Oh, we'll see what they're gonna roll out of this in the end. Ele Fanning will star in a Hideo Kojima's next game. We'll see. We'll see what this is gonna be all about. Everybody, hello. Fanning, Maleficent, The Great, Diddy Daycare. No idea actually myself, to be honest. As I said, I'm not the movie guy, so I'm not very familiar. The Sonic movie success, Nintendo Rolls of Mario. I mean, that was kind of coming already for a while. I don't think it's kind of like interconnected, really. They probably would do it anyway. Super Droppy, I see. Kojima just wants to work with famous actors. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I think he said it. I mean, he wants to make movies even, so, you know. And he will, apparently. That's pretty much it. My body consists of 70% movies. Yeah, I think that's what he wants to. He just uses his position now to be able to work with them actors now, you know. And then, yeah, then probably at some point he'll just go full on directing and stuff. Alright, so we're actually starting to get now with all the Disco Elysium news. We're actually starting to get the disco-like RPGs. So that's a new one. That's a new one now. Still have to play Disco Elysium though. And I got even more motivated for that. Probably so, probably. So yeah, we got the disco likes already. Yeah, it'd also be quite nice though. But yeah, I guess I would first would be nice to play the original. The original. So much unique stuff? Well, I mean, kinda, in a way, you could say so. Not sure how unique was that, but I guess it was the combination of different factors, you know. So you just kind of like hit a lot of buttons at the same time, right? Normal CRPG? Not exactly, not exactly. It's more about, you know, all them roles and everything. Nintendo completes Dynamo Pictures acquisition, relaunches as Nintendo Pictures. There you'll play it. I need to. I really like bought it on release almost because I knew it's gonna be something I will play. But yeah, the question that arises when? It's too much. Like RPGs are like the hardest game to find, you know, to start playing. Because, you know, like, alright, there's like some, like Scorn, for example, right? That's probably gonna be like, I don't know, like 3 streams maximum or something. Like, well, 4 is like, it's completely maximum. If I will take all the time in the world and play something else also for like half of the stream. But if it's RPG, you know that it's probably gonna be a commitment for like a month of streams or something. So it's like, it's really hard to find time to just squeeze it in. Can't do it that easily random. Let's play some RPG and get lost for like 100 of hours, you know. It's more complicated there. But would be nice, would be nice. Yeah, but there's just like a bunch of different factors. I still haven't played. I want to, I really want to, but yeah, it's like narration and the art style and the gameplay just all kind of clicked right. I don't know, like, can you save Scum and Disco? Because if you can, then it might be the game where you want to sort, because it's all based on RNG rolls pretty much. But the thing is, like, that's kind of like the experience of the game, though, because it seems like a lot of that. Like, remember when I played what was the name, the Betrayal at the Club Low? Yeah, this one. Like the shit dice roll is, you know, is still a progression of the storyline and your unique storyline. So it's kind of like, imagine like this, but with the more like deep and actual narration, not the full meme stuff, in the different art style and everything. In a way. It's actually a really nice game, by the way. Can totally recommend. Just meant to fail forward, yeah. Exactly. So we'll see. And that also kind of constitutes for like multiple playthroughs if you're really into it, I guess. Yes, Dave, I do agree. But considering like the gameplay in that one is like purely on the rolls, right? And you don't really like, you know, failed, like you don't get killed because like you missed 95% shot and then you got crit in exchange, right? That's a little bit different story. That's the safe scummable stuff, I would say. But since there is no other stuff except for rolling, then you kind of, yes, like accept the bad rolls way easier, because it's, you know, it's like you just kind of accept that it's not, you know, your skill or something, it's just the RNG. So like, all right, that's just like how story flows. Let's just follow it. And that kind of games, I haven't really played a lot of those, but like that one, the Betrayal at Club Low, I really enjoyed. So can still do some rerolls, also kind of like in Pathfinder in a way, I guess. Alright, let's see. Well, that was actually kind of the same with Betrayal at Club Low. You don't need to, well, you can't redo them really. I mean, you can, but you have debuffs. But you can just like wait with them. Here to have customers around the world learn about Nintendo characters through video and to create unique videos that will remain in their memory forever. It's kind of like such a... like... weird phrasing, I guess. I think memes hello. Like videos and stuff. Like we talking YouTube videos? We talking shows, movies? Like what is this all about, dude? Huh? Making videos about Nintendo characters. Alright. See the community? No, nothing crazy today. Mario teaching Delphi with kind of videos, I guess, yeah. But they'll be making like meme videos or something. Russia-based publisher My.Games sold for $642 million. Haven't heard about Fallout Bakersfield? Yeah, it looks good, man. It looks really good. Sadly, it's kind of like more of a... just kind of the dream, I guess. Mail.ru, a subsidiary now owned by Aleta Capital's managing partner Alexander Chachava. So the Aleta Capital is like basically like the company and the dude who just like got all those companies that run like online games and everything from here. Kind of for free, some of them. Like the guy got World of Tanks for free, sort of, to run. And the original company just gifted it and not gonna benefit from it whatsoever. It's a very cool story, bro. $642 million though. Insane, dude. Yeah, so with all the sanctions, there's like a whole bunch of the Fiesta. So like VK is like our little Facebook, the Suka book. They already own the whole platform that was working with games, the My.Games. But now they want to make something that's called VK Games, and that's why they're selling already existing business. So I didn't really get that fucking maneuver whatsoever. But we'll see, I guess. This VK Play will have, what's the name? Atomic Hearts, for example, here as an exclusive. So that's gonna be interesting to see. There's an interview about Atomic Hearts in the end. It's in Russian, so I'm gonna be translating some of that. I don't think I've seen the translation yet anywhere else, so I guess we'll see for some interesting points there. Yeah, this one. Tattoo artist wins copyright claim against Take-Two. A jury ruled that the inclusion of Catherine Alexander's work in the WWE 2K series without permission does not constitute fair use. That one is very weird for me. Then initially filed a complaint for copyright infringement in 2020 over the inclusion of the 6 tattoos she inked on Randy Orton in the WWE 2K series. Case went to trial last week with Alexander winning $3,750 in damages. Oh, okay. That's like at least like I thought there will be like some fucking hundreds of thousands or something. It's still way too dang though. Take-Two initially argued that the inclusion of the tattoos did constitute fair use as they were only used to reproduce the likeness of Randy Orton accurately, but the jury disagreed. As noted by PC Gamer, the case actually dates back to 2009. At the time, Alexander wanted to sign a licensing deal with Take-Two over the use of her tattoos in-game, but the company shunned the offer and offered $450 for the right to use her designs. Well, I mean, considering that took... well, already at this point, 13 years. And instead of 450 bucks, she got 3,750. But 13 years, I think it's probably easier to take 450 and just, you know, forget about it. Took the matter to court with the judge giving partial summary judgment in 2020, ruling that it was unclear whether Alexander and Orton discussed permissible forms of copying and distributing the tattoo works or whether any implied license included sub-licensing rights such that Orton could give permission for others to copy Alexander's tattoo works. So careful with your tattoos, guys. You might not own a part of your skin and that belongs to some artist with the art on it, you know. What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. Discuss the licensing matters with your tattoo artist, dude. Soon we're gonna get someone like in the court because they just like had some design, like you made like a logo of your favorite game. Ooh, bro. You put some Brotherhood of Steel logo on your shoulder, bro. Todd owns you now. You his bitch. Prepare, man. Just letting you run for now. You will come to harvest later. When Skyrim will stop selling, they will come for you, dude. The Stadia tattoo guy. Well, at least he's lucky because Stadia is closed. So he's relatively safe then. Somewhat. Yeah, Jude, imagine. Did you get sued? Well, they did get sued. They paid $3,750 there. So I don't think they lost that much. Yogtor. Yeah, exactly. You're just gonna use the rest of your skin for the full promotion. Easy. Copyright gone too far, yeah. And will they scalp you? They could. The Todd would probably. Bandai Namco, Elden Ring is just the beginning. European CEO Arnaud Miller on the publisher's growing Japan portfolio, IP creation, and staying platform agnostic in the face of consolidation. Exactly, Zebra, exactly. Few years now, conversations on this very side about Bandai Namco have been revolving around the company's desire to crack the West via its European branch. Strategy to focus on new IP and to work with the biggest independent studios. Yeah, mainly Japanese. I mean, yeah, they are. They implode from amazing sales, yeah. 2022's best-selling title across Europe, ahead of FIFA and Pokemon. Damn, son, going ham. We anticipated that Elden Ring was going to be very high quality, but the fact that it touched such a large audience is extremely pleasing. True. The Taken was one of the other successful Bandai Namco properties, the first global success. 16.5 million sales in quite a short period of time. Dark Souls has always been perceived as a difficult series, and Elden Ring is a difficult game, but I think with the work we've done to explain properly to our fans the way they could discover this adventure, this new game has touched a larger audience and has made it more accessible. Combination of the type of game it is and the positioning of it, and I think it worked really well. I think it was like kind of like self-promoting meme, to be honest. In my opinion. I mean, it's a good game, obviously, too, right? But, like, I mean, a lot of Souls games are good, too. It's just, like, this, all this, like, Elden Ring memes waiting for it and stuff, you know. It just kind of, like, self-perpetuate, basically. It just got a lot of people on board just from that, like, free advertisement, pretty much. And, like, the most, you know, honest and easily digestible advertisement. The window them. Got him. Insane based. Bandai Namco Europe is still pushing for a better presence in the West, but he's keen to show a progress across the entire portfolio rather than pin success to one title. Good combination, for example, game coming from Japan with a One Piece Odyssey, which is a Shueisha IP published by Bandai Namco, and then we also got a Park Beyond next to it. And Park Beyond is from Limbic, which we invested in last year, and now they bought it. The first previews are very positive, and we are very happy with the relationship with Limbic. German studio, it's an IP creation initiative from Europe and is going to target primarily Western consumers, but also Japanese consumers. It's a global game. And then next to it we have The Devil in Me, which is a game we're doing with Supermassive. Yeah, they acquired Limbic now. Zero, I say. That's the portfolio of Bandai Namco in a combination of games coming from Japan, some of them global successes, some of them probably less global, and then you have our own titles from Europe. And the Sea of Stars too, yeah, and everything's getting delayed, man. Supermassive was acquired by... Oh yeah, the Nordisk Games acquired Supermassive now. It doesn't change anything in their relationship. No, so they're still going to be publishing it. Very happy that they found this partnership with Nordisk. Nordisk previously invested in Supermassive. They got to know each other, and I think it's great for them. They have access to transmedia approach with the skill set of Nordisk Film. But they also probably got some funding capabilities so they can continue to create their own games, and we will continue to publish and distribute games with them. It's good to have a partner that has some success, some funding, access to new transversal capacity to expand the business. It's good for them and good for us. Well, as long as they keep working with you. Because they might stop. Spread of acquisitions that we are seeing is affecting some of the smaller publishers and their capacity to access the best studios in the world. Oh yeah, the Little Nightmares developer was also like working with Namco, but they got acquired and they don't work with Namco anymore. So you never know what's gonna happen with Nordisk there too. We have to secure the IPs that we create with the studios we partner with. By securing, I mean when we invest in IP creation, when we invest in marketing for those IPs, we also have to keep in mind that we have to get some sort of security towards the future of the studio that develops this IP. So this is something that we work on. Bandai Namco have the financial means to secure these partnerships. We work on a number of measures to secure those partnerships. First, option rights, IP ownership, minority stakes in those studios. So there are ways to secure the relationships. Yeah, so like invest, you promote it, and then someone else just acquires the studio and all your effort with it. Priority for Bandai Namco Europe to increase IP creation for the Western market, but that the 50% objective had arguably been accomplished if you look at the various business verticals Bandai Namco Europe operates. We need to source 50% of our own content in the West. Some of it comes from distribution, some of it comes from publishing in Europe, some of it comes from IP creation. Our objective is to significantly increase the part of the IP creation within that Western portfolio. The rest coming from Japan is secured through our mother company in Japan. So within that 50% of the content we secure, we have a number of distribution deals that we have secured with some of our partners. So everyone really wants to go global nowadays. No one wants to sit in their home markets anymore. Diversifying. That's smart. That is smart at least. Cloud gaming developments. Tomorrow, players will be able to access whatever game they have on any screen, irrespective of the platform. Yeah, that didn't really work for Stadia, though, I have to say. Even though, yeah, I guess Stadia also had its own a bunch of hardware there involved. Let's see. Can't comment on the strategy of Microsoft and the acquisition of Activision or Bethesda. They do what they want with the portfolio of the games they have acquired. My concern is more towards the fans being able to access their games. We'll see. Any kind of creativity to appeal to everyone. There's still gonna be some niche stuff. That's the thing. It's kind of like one of those things, you know, like becoming a chain restaurant is super huge, you know, success commercially. Does everyone become the chain restaurant? Not really. Some people can, some people don't want. Still gonna be the same. Having like a huge global stuff doesn't mean that there's not gonna be anything local. Same kind of with indie games, you know. Not everything is AAA on the market. Not everything is huge. Not everything is published and by big companies and stuff. There's always gonna be something. If some company leaves them on the global market and stuff, instead of being kind of small, someone else will come and take their place. From Bandai Namco perspective, we've always been platform agnostic. We will remain platform agnostic. We want our IPs and our games to be accessible to as many players as possible, whatever they're playing on. That goes for mobile as well. I think in the future people will be able to play high-specs games on mobile anyway, and therefore this will open the doors for our games to be accessible to more and more people and more countries. Countries where consoles are not necessarily present today. So it doesn't really matter what console it is. Bandai Namco, I think, has always wanted to be platform agnostic because it doesn't matter on which platform people play on. And then Namco Europe is focused on developing its own IPs and increasing the weight of the portfolio in the West within the Bandai Namco Group. But there is so much great content coming from Japan that we are very excited for the years to come, and Elden Ring, I'm tempted to say, is just the beginning of that. The mobile, yeah. Well, same with mobile, for example. We're gonna be leaving for some particular platform. Sure, there's gonna be some new games coming for other platforms too. There is always gonna be something, you know. You free some niche, there's gonna be new players on that niche. Sony exclusive for 20 years, yeah. Chaos Head Noah Steam launch goes ahead after initial rejection. Spike Chunsoft says Valve accepted game on re-examination with no changes made. Spike Chunsoft cancelled the planned Steam release of Chaos Head Noah, but still plans to launch the Switch version of the title on October 7th as planned. Company announced on Friday that the Steam release was scrapped due to Steam's guideline required changes to the game's content. Spike Chunsoft Inc. believes that these changes would not allow the game to be released to its standards, the company said. Request for additional detail on what those changes might have been was not returned. Speaking with Ars Technica about what parts of the game might have been at issue, P-Cube Games head of localization Andrew Hogson, who worked on translation for another game in the same franchise, said he didn't believe Chaos Head Noah contained anything significantly worse than what is already on Steam, saying it's far from adult even if it can be quite gruesome in certain scenes. Ars Technica brought up an observation that when Steam tended to ban visual novels, they typically featured characters wearing school uniforms, one that Hodgson agreed with. There's been a definite issue with Steam habitually rejecting games that have an anime aesthetic and school settings, even games that aren't even remotely salacious. It's not the first game with a school setting that this happened to, even when the school setting isn't remotely sexualized. It's as if someone on their team sees a certain aesthetic, sees a school setting, prematurely puts 2 and 2 together, and then rejects. Valve did not immediately return requests for comment. Content moderation has long been a sticking point for Valve. In 2018, company said it would allow all games on Steam except for those that were either illegal or trolling. However, it has continued to block a variety of visual novels that would not appear to fit under either of those categories. Last year pulled a store page for Super Seducer 3. Oh yeah, there was that fiesta too. Saying Steam does not ship sexually explicit images of real people. Spike Chunsoft said Steam changed its stance on the game in the days before its planned launch, with the storefront telling the publisher, Valve's content review team, the group that made the original decision, has re-examined Chaos Head Noah and decided to reverse course and allow the game to ship on Steam, as is. Also examined the process that led to previous decision about Chaos Head Noah and made some changes to avoid situations like this in the future. Damn sons, there's some Twitch chatters sitting there, sitting some weeb stuff in school, and then just type Pedo Dance game and reject the game. Interesting. Interesting. Quality moderation, dare I say. Chairman of From Software, a parent firm, charged with bribery. Tsuguhiko Kadakawa and 2 other employees were arrested last month. Damn son. The dark souls of corruption. Reported by BGC, Tsuguhiko Kadakawa was arrested on suspicion of bribery on September 14th and has now been charged with bribing a member of the Tokyo Olympics Organizing Committee. Kadakawa has also been charged 69 million yen, $476,000, and has announced his resignation from the corporation. The statement released today, Kadakawa Corporation said it would take this matter very seriously and deeply apologize to all those concerned, including our readers, customers, authors, creators, business partners, shareholders, and investors for the considerable inconvenience this matter had caused. Kadakawa also announced his resignation in a statement by his legal team to Japanese newspaper Mainichi Shimbun, and revealed that 2 other Kadakawa employees were also prosecuted in connection with the corruption scandal involving Tokyo Organizing Committee of the Olympic and Paralympic Games. I feel it necessary to take responsibility for this, Kadakawa said. That this incident is a great ordeal for Kadakawa Corporation, and I believe that it needs a new structure in order to overcome it. Kadakawa Corporation owns almost 70% of the Elden Ring developer. Another 30% was recently acquired by Tencent and Sony. Now these guys got you know, The chicken that brings golden eggs there. Back in the day. Insane. And they have nothing to do with games to the Kadakawa and stuff. It's like some software I think they were doing back in the day or something. And they got this. And now they got like a fuckload of money from that probably up until now. Probably back in the day it was like, oh, there's some nerdy shit being on sale pretty cheap. Let's buy them. Let's invest. Drop some money on them, see what happens. And now boom, here you go. CD Projekt joint CEO steps down as studio confirms new slate of releases. Marcin Nowinski leaves that role as Polish studio confirms a new Witcher trilogy, Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, and new IP Project Hadar. That dude had enough, man. Dude had enough. He submits his candidacy to be the chairman of the company's supervisory board. Minsky would succeed Katarzyna Schwartz, the current chair of the supervisory board. Hugely ambitious strategy as such an inspiring and strong team at the helm, Minsky said, and I deeply believe in our plan to take CD Projekt to new heights. As such, I intend to remain a major shareholder, and in my new non-executive role, I will remain active and engaged, dedicating my focus on supporting the entire management board. We'll see, we'll see. I think dude with all the stuff before already lost too many dark hairs, at least many hairs in general too. About time to retire, sorta, and just get all the profits as a board member and shareholder. Is it some dink newspaper, Zebra? Is it some dink stuff? Why is it people love? U.S. Labor Board says Activision retaliated against unionizing Q&A. NLRB says limiting pay raises to non-union Q&A testers was in retaliation for union activity. The board has determined that the publisher's April decision to raise the minimum hourly pay for all Q&A testers except those at Raven was evidence of retaliation against employees for protected union activity. Oh, Shinbon, I see, alright, the Shimboom, alright. I'll see. Activision Blizzard spokesperson disagreed with that finding, telling the Post due to legal obligations under the National Labor Relations Act requiring employees to grant wage increases while an election was pending, we could not institute new pay initiatives at Raven because they would be brand new kinds of compensation changes which had not been planned beforehand. This rule that employers should not grant these kinds of wage increases has been the law for many years. And the company's still there, yeah. Magic. Magic. That's the thing about it, dude. That's the thing about the cancel stuff and everything. Just say no, you know. And they still around. They just said no to canceling, and they fine. Well, I mean, you obviously kind of will need also quite a bunch of pool and money for that to be safe and secure, and that's it. Still other parts of the complaint that have not yet been ruled on, with the Communications Workers of America Union accusing the company of retaliating and discriminating against Raven Q&A testers by laying off a dozen of their ranks and reorganizing the studio to eliminate the Q&A department in an unsuccessful attempt to disrupt the vote for unionization. Union Activision Blizzard will continue negotiations for a collective bargaining agreement as the NLRB process plays out. All this like union busting is just like, oof, so weird to me, I don't know. Weird, man. Weird. That part I don't understand. Well, I mean, I understand it from corporate perspective, of course. But still, how is that a thing? Overwatch 2 suffers multiple DDoS attacks at launch. Game director Aaron Keller says team will work throughout the night to address the issue. And the good old Blizzard launches never change. A variety of server errors expressed frustration at being unable to join Overwatch 2 matches. Eurogamer reports some users claim to be in queues for up to 40,000 people. Company was experiencing a mass DDoS attack that was causing a lot of drop connection issues. Steadily making progress on server issues and stability, working through a second DDoS attack. They're all hands on deck and will continue to work throughout the night. Thank you for your patience. We'll share more info as it becomes available. Yeah, Dionys says hello. Damn, I see. The real content is coming. Feels good, man. The actual content pack. I see window, I see. The DDoS galore, man. Sensoft opens new studio in Riyadh, a new location to become the company's headquarters. Yeah, so Saudi is going ham. Mobile game company Sensoft announced the opening of a new development studio in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. New developer will be led by head of studio Yashir Qureshi, previously executive producer at the company. Prior to joining Sensoft, Qureshi spent almost 5 years at EA as senior lead product manager on FIFA Ultimate Team. Oh damn son, that's how we end up in the mobile development for sure. And also worked at Natural Motion on Dawn of Titans. Sensoft Riyadh will be the company's new headquarters, with the team committed to nurturing local talent, and announcement said also unveiling a paid internship program called Press Start. Well, I mean, I know why is no one doing it here, especially nowadays, but bro, come on. Come on, man. Where's the internship stuff? The initiative will target emergent KSA talent and provide the support and resources for them to develop their own games. Sensoft was created in 2020 at the initiative of Saudi clothing and real estate firm Ajlan and Brothers. It is headed by a King veteran David Fernandez as CEO and Rovio alumnus Mika Lindgren and as head of publishing. Since its creation, Sensoft has been working on licensed titles Rambo Strike Force and Pacific Rim Breach Wars. Then they got some IPs there I see to work with. Rambo and Pacific Rim. Alright, so why are these guys in this shit even? Ultra window, yeah, apparently Blizzard was encrypting all the modals and everything to prevent the Rule 34. Yeah, I don't think you can stop people from doing that, man. The Coomer energy is too much. You can't just stop that. Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal approved by Brazilian regulator. 68.7 billion. Is billion acquisition approved, or is it million in like the Brazil territory or something? Administrative Council for Economic Defense announced yesterday that it had agreed for the merger with no restrictions. Is keeping just screenshot it. True. No idea, Zebra. No idea. Some super file head technology. The Bobby's magic. Considering the huge popularity of Call of Duty, it is reasonable to infer that if Activision Blizzard games were no longer available on Sony consoles, PlayStation users could decide to migrate to Xbox or even a PC to continue having access to franchise games. On the other hand, it is also reasonable to assume that if upcoming Call of Duty games became exclusive to the Microsoft ecosystem, players loyal to the PlayStation brand could simply abandon the series, migrating their demand to other games available on their favorite console. Brazil's ruling follows a decision from Saudi Arabia's General Authority for Competition, which said in August that it had no objection to the deal. While not the largest market, Brazil's investigation became prevalent as it unveiled comments made by both Sony and Microsoft regarding potential exclusivity. Oh yeah, that was actually them leaking. No, not leaking, but like posting that stuff, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder how it is getting defined, like which countries should approve it. Like, I doubt it's all countries. So is it based on like where the offices are, or like how they decide that? Modify Overwatch 1 models, yeah. I mean, that's what they did, yeah, no. So I guess you could do that too. Alright. FIFA 23 box launch beats FIFA 22. Every time. It gets bigger when you pull on it. FIFA 23, Splatoon 3. Still kind of surprised over the Splatoon going that ham though. Especially like in Britain and everything, I guess. But an unexpected turn of events, yeah. Imagine FIFA. But like next year, I think will be the one when where they are not allowed to use FIFA anymore. We'll see. We'll see how that will go then without the name. We'll see. This is the last FIFA. I see. Okay. Yeah, we'll check how that will go. I'm really curious to see. I'm really curious to see. So FIFA 24 not gonna happen. But it's not gonna be FIFA. It's gonna happen, but it's not gonna be called FIFA anymore. Pete Hines, promoted to Bethesda's head of global publishing. Erin Lossie takes the reins as publisher's vice president of global marketing and communications. Former senior VP of global marketing and communications. He's like was always like all over the place. I thought he's like some super big deal there. And he's still going even higher now. Privileged to lead global publishing for Bethesda, place that's been my home for 23 years. It's humbling to think about how far we've come in that time, and I'm excited to work on this new role to help our world-class teams make great games. 23 years, how far we've come. To the same bugs, dude. Basically. EU regulators surveying developer concerns over Microsoft Activision merger. A preliminary decision expected by November 8th, followed by 4-month investigation. So EU is gonna be in November. Well, we'll see then. We'll see then what they have to say. A bunch of like the Twitter screenshots because you can't open that with no VPN. Man, I can't really enable it now because I will need to restart. Collectible card game from the box art. It's kinda true. I mean, they can sell them as NFTs, I guess. Special announcement: Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden release for modern platforms on January 19, 2023. Game Pass, actually. I see that. I'll see that. So more Persona on PC now. For all the Persona enjoyers. Damn, make them insane. Yeah, window, yeah. Yeah, that's why I was like, well, I guess another platform is it? Well, it wasn't on all of them, I guess. That's why. Chivalry 3. Then leaking the info. Chivalry 2 has seen over 500k new players since its launch on Game Pass this week. Thrilled to welcome so many new knights to the field. 500k new players, holy shit. Chivalry's doing stuff. That's good. That's good. It is true, Deathloop and Dishonored universes are connected. Make out of it what you want, so tune into the Xbox podcast for more details. They continue the dang crossovers, man. They just keep going. Nice, but it would be nice. Yeah, I had that one. I had that one also. I wanted to play, I have it installed. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. And tomorrow gonna be a bunch of demos. Like RPG Monday gonna be becoming not RPG. It's gonna be more demos before the next fest is over. We're thrilled to announce that God of War Ragnarok has gone gold. On behalf of Santa Monica Studio and all of our partners, thank you to the fans for supporting us over the course of development. We're almost to launch and can't wait for you to play on November 9th. Soon. Like 10 minutes demo. Alright, that's actually kind of good though. Like easier to get through it. If 500 IQ players will understand the lore, yeah. Yeah, connecting random franchises. Sorta, you could say so. Alright, so we have more Disco Elysium details. This, and this, and this. Alright. Let's see. The Montfish interview that we're gonna translate real quick. The gone gold meant anymore. There were some delays after they gone gold, like with Cyberpunk, so you know that doesn't guarantee anything yet, but I kinda doubt it though. Fans have the right to know. Disco Elysium co-creator talks Zaum losing with the system. So yeah, the bunch of people, yeah, the Zaum Cultural Association dissolution, a firing of key figures from the studio. So Disco Elysium is kinda gone. In a way, the next one. Let's see. Say nods, dude. Get out. October 1st, 2022, the co-founder of the former Zaum Cultural Association and editor of Disco Elysium, Martin Luiga, announced the dissolution of said association. Reasons: loss of values and ethos by Zaum Studio somewhere along the way. He also recalled that other originators of the Elysium universe and the CRPG created inside it, namely Robert Kurwitz, Helen Hintper, and Alexander Rostov, were pushed out of the studio in late 2021. Whole incident raises many questions and not enough answers, because in addition to the eternal question why and a few brief conclusions about another victory of business over ideas, fans of Disco Elysium really began to wonder what to make of the future of the series. What caused the rupture? What does it even mean? Zaum has been dissolved, if the company is still present on the market. Like I said, questions and not enough answers. However, part of the grim truth is already clear. First, I connected a few dots. Second, I contacted Martin Luiga, who kind of caused this whole media storm by announcing the end of Zaum. And although he also doesn't have the entire context, the full picture, he is sufficiently acquainted with the atmosphere inside the studio and isn't hiding his regrets nor biting his tongue. Martin Luiga, co-founder of the Zaum Artistic Association, the man who recently announced the dissolution. He worked in Zaum Studio until 2021. Editor of Disco Elysium, he also participated in conceptualizing the Elysium universe for years. Alright. At the beginning there was Elysium. For people who are interested in this whole affair but don't know what Disco Elysium and the studio behind it are, brief explanation. It's an isometric role-playing game inspired by such timeless classics as Planescape, Torment, and Baldur's Gate without combat system. Developing, okay, kinda, you can skip. I still haven't played, you know, but I kinda know what the idea is. Whole thing became famous for its surreal style and extremely complex and coherent story and setting, deeply engaged in political and existential problems. The Estonian Zaum created the title, a fledgling game dev studio which previously functioned semi-formally as said art collective. Welcome to find out more details yourself here. I already done some praising in another article. Liga also told me about the beginnings of the project, and what one of the founders of the Zaum collective and the Elysium universe predates it. To my knowledge, Robert Kurwitz was developing the predecessor to the Elysium universe already at least in 2002, while Zaum Collective was formed in 2009. The idea to make a video game originated with Karl Kender in 2014 or 2015. He thought the Elysium world he helped us publish Sacred and Terrible Air lent itself well for the medium, while others had thought such a thing out of reach for us. The inception of the world of Elysium happened in the mind of Robert Kurwitz. Besides, he was the project lead for Disco Elysium, which was supposed to be just a video game introduction to the imagination of the artist and the world he formed together with friends and peers. The phrase disco in the title means I'm learning, while Elysium is treated by Kurwitz as an embarrassing fantasy construct, messianic, transatlantic, large enough to blot out our entire reality vessel of conquest. For us, Elysium was that idea. It kept us together and gave us something to work on. We couldn't say someone else can do this. The object was unique and we its guardians. We felt otherworldly promise in that intersolar mass, connected by invisible lines through the pale Seoul, Cash Core, Inno, NR, Marlover, Walden. 4.6 billion people, after all, are not easily let down. Elysium is a collection of ideas into which we poured all of our love of the world and its history. It's what we think is worthwhile in all this. I recollected, resequenced, and reconceptualized. Its people are heroic even when they're jokes. Its failures are a majesty and terror. It's large. It is a geopolitical dream seen by non-entities. Nobodies from nowhere. Its value is inversely proportionate to our own size. So far, we only managed to show you a tiny, insignificant corner of it, the district of Martinez in Revachol West, on Insulinde. I cannot begin to tell you how introductory it is. Disco Elysium means I learn Elysium. It is small in the Matchbox world, it is all we had money for. Yet, because of you, you Angel, you Legend, our comrade in arms, because of your interest in our idea, we get to see more of it. Gemrock, I hope, and then 2 other Isolas. Thank you, we hope you enjoy the final cut. Damn son, the dankness. Yes, is the USA. There's a hefty number of complicated words in it, but that's because they come from Curvitz. I can find them in the art book included in the collector's edition of the game. Left-wing idealist and artist, co-founder of the collective who entered gaming with a bang. Heck, he spent at least the last 20 years building his own original universe, which he shared with us. For the harmonious trio with Hindiper, main screenwriter of the game, and Alexander Rostov, art designer for Disco Elysium. Together they shaped the Elysium world and brainstormed their favorite cultural inspirations, the beloved CRPGs. It was their real long-term passion project. Some will say it was naive, others will applaud in admiration. However, this project had to be implemented, and so the search for funding began. Initially, they were offered a great deal of aid by Karl Kender, an Estonian writer and entrepreneur with an equally avant-garde approach to art, who took responsibility for all kinds of negotiations and contacts. League also mentions their first source of income. The initial investor was Margus Lindemäe, high-profile Estonian businessman active primarily in pharmacy, but also in other areas. I would personally think that Mr. Lindemäe has made it a bit of his personal mission that each Estonian community with any weight should owe him something. In the initial phase of the development, Kurvitz and Rostov enjoyed considerable artistic and organizational freedom. From the very beginning, compromises had to be made to secure financial support from people not necessarily interested in the artistic prowess of the project, but rather in planting firm roots in a potentially future-proof and profitable place. Luigi recognizes that this project wouldn't have happened without the investors, but at the same time he seems to appreciate that they also contributed to building internal tensions in the advanced phase of the studio's operations. So from the very beginning, Zaum's activity as a company that grew out of a collective, one could just state that business is business and argue that the creators became dependent on external funding too quickly. This seems to expose a bit of a market paradox, right? The avant-garde idealists had to sign a pact with the devil in order to allow themselves the creative freedom to match their ambitions. They got it and in the end created a game of which they were proud. But sometimes the harbinger of destruction is success. And Disco Elysium turned out to be exactly that, undeniably and unexpectedly. Criticism of capital strengthens capital. Industry awards and astonishing success at Game Awards are one thing. Infecting the world with the Elysium universe is another matter. After the game's release on October 15, 2019, the developers received a really clear message from people. They not only wanted more, they were sure that more was indeed coming. The game sold well and Zaum quickly spread wings, becoming an inter-industry machine for generating the sweet old money. Disco Elysium has quickly gained a sizable fandom and became a brand in strictly business sense of the word. Sorta, Johnny, sorta, we'll see. The game received an exuberant collector's edition as well as the expanded Final Cut version, which Liga described as a redundant superstructure of the finished product. An online store with merch like clothes, mugs and ties, and a fairly exclusive fashion atelier that has opened in London offering beautiful jumpsuits for a few £100 each. Exclusive fashion atelier, really? The fuck? The company has also decentralized its HQ, operating in parallel in Brighton, London and Porto, while constantly increasing the number of employees. The vacancy that puzzled players the most is a specialist in monetization and sales. This immediately generated so far unjustified discussions about micropayments, NFT, and other bad ideas for the franchise. Oof, dude. This is like the super, you know, like, how do you say, like, accelerated, the turbo corp, man. the Gigacorp instantly. However far these fears are from realizing, one should remember where they come from. Disco Elysium as a game carries a fairly clear anti-capitalist message, and bourgeois inclinations are often ridiculed by the screenwriters. In addition, the whole multi-vector corporate activity of Zaum looks kind of corrupt once you realize that the people who constitute its soul have, let's face it, been kicked out from the office. The point being, it wasn't a voluntary departure, nor one by common accord, the League emphasizes. It happened late last year, and they were fired on false premises, and the entire ordeal has been very traumatizing for both them and people close to them. You cannot talk about certain things because the NDA binds you, yet you mentioned on Twitter the game journalists should take up this subject and speak loudly about the situation. So why is that? And do you think that the context of the entire Zaum split, as well as the company's structural changes, will become known over time, maybe after a few years? Or will some matters remain a secret forever? I only worked at the company on the first year and then a few months in 2021, and nothing overly important happened during that second period, and I am unsure if I even had an NDA for my first period of working. I rather did not. Anyhow, I am super worried, but I am still not disclosing all information I have. And there is also information which I don't have, and I am rather sure that we will not have the full picture before the final judgment. Think already the fact that 3 prominent figures have been fired, while the fan base would expect them to go on, is vital information, and it hadn't been held a complete secret either. The thing is, I love truth, beauty, and justice. How do you feel about the fact that someone is making a game set in your universe while you don't have control over it, nor can you participate in that process anymore? Is this hardening, particularly for the ones that were more involved with Disco Elysium, but also me? Yeah, Esteban, yeah. The pain of the SAG developers is understandable. They have lost their opus magnum. Legally, there was no theft involved, but the reality is that the people responsible for conceptualizing, creating, and showing the Elysium universe to the world were denied custody of its future development. This is bitter, unfair revenge, showing the corruption of a system that the leaders of Zaum had to enter if they wanted to practice their art. If you want to find an unseen benefit, there is one reassuring fact. Kurvitz and the company predicted such a course of events. There are countless quotes in Disco Elysium that we could quote here because they say that anti-systemic actions are eventually inhibited by the system, re-entering it and reinforcing it. Disco Elysium is a game about, among other things, the demons of capitalism. Now, Joyce's quote, the one popular on the internet in the moment, about how the criticism of capital eventually becomes its empowerment. Many people find this a perverse, slightly ironic punchline to this whole situation. Would you agree that you anticipated such a finale in the game? Have you not fallen a victim to the system you fought against? Well, I even see it as fair, if not entirely intentional. Why should we get to make a successful critique of capital in a world of suffering and not suffer for it? People suffer all over the industry and all over the world. The question is what we will do about it. And then it leads concerning reasons for the dismissal of Kurvitz, Hinper, and Rostov. If you look at the current policy of the company, the left-wing tone of the game, remember about the investors patiently waiting for financial success and at the same time understand the merciless laws that ensure the functioning of the modern video game industry. Then the conclusion, although inferred, can be only one. The trio simply became inconvenient for Zaum at one point. They embodied communist and Marxist attitudes, and more than once, Kurvitz was criticized by the online community for keeping a bust of Lenin, a violent and ruthless leader, on his desk for traditionalistic reasons. Damn, son. Imagine being cancelled over that. Imagine being cancelled over that. Hey, Guaco, good morning. How we doing, man? They're just at this point gonna get all the leaders into violent ones. However, they weren't radicals, but people of strong political outlooks using existing archetypes to play with convention, experiment with the narrative, pondered on existentialism, define human beings as politically engaged in and of themselves, partially unconsciously. How's it going, Guaco? How's life? Helen Hitler spoke loudly about her and Rostov's roots in an interview in WhatsApp conversations. They grew up in the post-Soviet eclectic Tallinn. It had to influence their views, lives, and creativity. The brutalist nature of Estonian architecture has become crucial to the way Revachol looks. In turn, in the interview conducted by the Serbian editor Anastasia Pisareva, Luiga admitted that the Zaum Collective was in and of itself a kind of excess and an act of rebellion, because it was formed in a country where being an artist isn't all that easy. It seemingly is more a form of civil activism rather than tangible building of culture. It's no accident that the protagonist of Disco Elysium is an alcoholic with undefined political views. Estonia, like many of the countries of the former Eastern Bloc, is a country plagued by alcoholism and defined by the transformative thought that came after the Soviet Union collapsed. Turns out that the Elysium universe is not only about the vision and ideas, but also a number of outlooks as well as local history and culture. May not be an overly explosive mix, but is problematic for people who want to earn money without fear of lawsuits and the stability of industry, arrangements and media cooperation. Calculation, pragmatism, rejection of sentimentality, these are the components of capitalism. Kurpa! I see, Goaku, I see. It was a good day yesterday, I see. Or a good evening then. Many people will have a hard time getting over the sacking of these developers. However, Zaum was entitled to make such a decision. Everyone is entitled to make dumb moves, it seems. The decision to fire the people creating the backbone of your organization is always a risky one. After all, this happened at the end of 2021. Several months have passed since, and I do not exactly know what the company's managers have been counting on nor hoping for. In fact, they were indirectly forced to issue an official statement on social media only after the unforeseen move from Luigan, whose announcement of the dissolution of the Zaum Cultural Association was, let's agree, a symbolic rather than a formal move. Because this collective is a set of ideas that has long since turned into a company. Yeah, I haven't even heard, I don't think that was actually even in the news that they were fired already at the end of 2021. I don't remember. However, the very fact that he immediately mentioned the fate of Kurvitz, Hinper and Rostov led to a turbulent sequence of events. The whole affair fed the curiosity of journalists and players. Speculations, questions and emotions ensued. Alexander Rostov confirmed on his social media that he no longer worked with the Kurvitz and the Hinper and Zaum. Hinper shared this message, thereby also admitting it. It took 2 days for Zaum to publish an official statement, a lousy one at that, where it highlighted the collective effort put into work on the next project, while suggesting that the lack of said individuals will not affect the quality of the upcoming game. At the same time, the studio refrained from any discussions, blocking the comments on Twitter. Okay. Liga admitted that this statement wasn't very good. Like any video game development of Disco Elysium was and still is a collective effort, with every team member's contribution essential and valued as part of a greater whole. At this time, we have no further comment to make other than the Zaum creative team's focus remains on the development of our next project, and we are excited to share more news on this with you all soon. Oof, man, the funny part is gonna succeed. The funny part is whatever they gonna shit out and just slap the name on is gonna succeed. It's just how it's gonna be. Just how it's gonna be, man. Inevitably. At least the first game with this name gonna succeed, because a lot of people don't even know. Well, I mean, we actually didn't even know until recently. Needless to say, Zaum's lack of transparency and the shock caused by the news about the collective breakup quickly turned criticism of the fans into hate. The case got out of hand, appeals to boycott the company's further work started to appear, and even the developers currently employed in the company have spoken, informing that they've received death threats. Well, that just happens way too often lately, man. Why? It's time to calm down with that at least. They have nothing to do with that. Developers from other studios are further fueling this crisis and engaging in a fratricidal exchange of views. Chaos is born. Luiga responded to the reaction of internet users. If anything, it's bad. No one deserved that threats whatsoever. It's just way too invested and way too much, dude. But the regular developers and not the publisher, not the leadership, they have zero to do with that. But yeah, Goaka doing good and doing good, man. Chillin'. It's raining outside now, kinda cozy. Getting kinda cozy here. Time will tell if Creative Minds will be gone. It will show itself. I mean, it will be kinda curious to see how it goes. That's why I'm gonna play the first one 100%. And then I'm probably gonna go to the second one and see how it can continue. I support political self-expression. How could I be against it, having engaged in it so much myself? My position was that the fans had a right to know. I do think, though, that it doesn't make sense to be offensive against the current workers of the company. It is unlikely to change their positions. Managers have a way of making people trust them. Robert Kurvitz and others had complete trust in them until it was too late. It pays to remain polite, even if it's hard, and I know that I have not been a very striking example at times. Some will probably wait this storm out and then get back to business as usual, hence my claim that Luiga's dissolution of the Art of Collective has merely a symbolic dimension. The co-founder of the now defunct association somewhat calmed the fans by suggesting that the studio's next project might satisfy them anyway. Remember, there are still artists and developers working there. However, if someone is counting on another Disco Elysium, this is where the problems start. Things Home Studio in its current form will not be developing the sequel, and I'm unsure of the number of people that left in the company who also worked on the original Disco. Yeah. However, we can still expect some amazing stuff in the future coming from Kurvitz, Hinper, and Rostov, who did not say the last word in game dev. I think the three will continue making games. As for myself, I haven't decided the level of my involvement as of yet. Right now, it is mostly the phase of pondering ideas and managing our problems. I mean, that might be not too bad then. They didn't get like discouraged by all that stuff. Now they probably got like decent amount of money to fund, you know, their own little project without any like corporate involvement. The thing is like, maybe it actually was kind of beneficial, the fact that they got some corporate involvement initially, because it was kind of like these, you know, like balance. Like they have like their super like radical, you know, counter-capitalism and stuff like this, political ideas, and the corporate kind of like, you know, just like tries to like balance it a little bit. So in the end, we got the product that was like, you know, like not super like too much. That could be way too much, I guess, right? So maybe we got the product that is like more digestible because of that. But now Corpa won completely, so now it's full Corpa and no idea anymore. So that's gonna be shit. But full idea with no Corpa, maybe it also would be too much. Who knows? Hard to say, but we'll see. As long as they will continue, that's good. I mean, people got good product, they got money to maybe fund their further activities, and got the names for themselves, so like everyone's kind of happy. The only kind of part that kind of sucks is that, yeah, if the company is just gonna like milk the name now, that they kind of technically have nothing to do with really, then yeah, sure, you can say that it's like collective effort and everything, but when it was like something that some person was working on for like 20 years basically, and you know, all the lead people, lead writers, editors, artists, and everyone left, then is there that much really left from the original game? Not sure, especially when the game is all based pretty much on writing and art, and the gameplay is pretty like simplistic and not even there. The multi-layered nature of this whole, let's call it scandal, may be overwhelming and evoke extreme emotions, but I'm writing about this whole affair because for me it's an example symptomatic of the gaming industry. If this may serve as a testament to anything, it would be the fact that artistic vision doesn't permanently belong to its author, especially once it starts wearing a suit. Even if the idea incubated in the artist's head for years, it can still be legally appropriated by a market that doesn't know pity, respect, nor morality. Not in the age of money. And you can be showing the system your middle finger all your life, expose it in brilliant ways. You might even feel safe, think you figured this world out, stood up to it, but it will eventually come back around and devour you. Like the ancient reptilian brain. However, in order not to get carried away by nihilistic accents, Liga makes one disclaimer. Organizations are temporarily, ideas last forever. It's never too late to internalize them. You also try to contact Kurvitz and Perrin Rostov to no avail. Zaum does not provide any answers now either, apart from the press release available on the web. Oof, man. That comes back to what Bandai Namco said also. Securing the IPs. Who owns the IP, you know, who's in charge and everything. But, you know, that was pretty much the price of making this thing happen. So they sorta like sold the universe and their idea just so it can be delivered to others. So I think it's better, because otherwise, yeah, sure, they wouldn't, you know, get owned by the Corpa, but then the game would never come out, right? So that's kind of the trade-off. Sad though. But we'll see what's gonna be out of this. What's gonna come out of this. Alright, a bit of quick ones. Valve Steam Deck is now readily available for purchase. Platform holders still cautious that production, processing and shipping bandwidth is still finite. So now no lines, no queues, and just get your stuff. Alright. A third of Xbox Deathloop players haven't beaten the tutorial. Deathloop has proven a popular addition on Game Pass after finally arriving on Xbox last month, but achievement data suggests that almost a third of players haven't even managed to unlock the first achievement yet. Like, I'm not sure, like, I guess they kind of like go with the... entirely an Xbox quirk either. If you look at the equivalent PlayStation trophy, you also see 13% of players without the unlock after joining PS Plus in September. I think they're like not exactly super right about it, because I think there is a bunch of games, especially when you get it on sale or for free, that people never really actually fucking play. Like, I even have a friend who like, it depends on the game, right? But I think was Dark Souls 2 or something, where you like first bonfire or something you need to get, or there was like some sort of like kind of middle achievement, like something very early and then the next one. So like he got the one early and the next one he didn't get. So like there's already like a bunch of people who never really like actually go through a bunch of that stuff, through a bunch of games that they bought even, not to mention the games that you know, that they got for free from subscription service. Like, doesn't really mean much. So I'm not sure if it was an attempt to make all those subscriptions kind of look bad. Alright, so let's see how to deal with this one. So this is the interview with Montfish, the developers of Atomic Heart. And like the new store thingy. In Russia, we don't really care about that too much. So let's see. Is there anything interesting about Atomic Heart in this one? Alright, so the delay about 2023 was called fake. Now there is winter 2023. And everyone's talking about delaying for the next year. Is that true, huh? Yeah, so since the February trailer, the announced trailer that's announced the release window, a lot of things happened, which affected our team a lot. The quality is our main priority, and we are still trying to aim for the winter. System requirements since the beginning of 2021 got increased a lot. Is the current one like final, or there will be changes? So basically he didn't really say anything. Yeah, just said like the first system requirements were like placeholder. So they added the real ones, but he doesn't really even say that if it's the final ones or not. Everything is 2023 anyway, I guess, yeah. Will there be de novo? Yes, there will be de novo. Hard to say if it will affect the performance or not, but we also have DLSS, so that's gonna compensate for the de novo. Nice. Alright, let's see. So they don't know how it's gonna be on PlayStation and Xbox in Russia, because yeah, it depends on the blocking of the payment systems. On PC it's gonna be on like different store. Will there be discs for PlayStation, Xbox? For sure, but in limited amounts. Optimization for PlayStation, Xbox of previous and current gen. Yeah, we're already responsible with optimization. Yeah. Active process optimization started more than a year ago. Now we are very happy with the result. and proud of which successes we achieved with stability and performance of such a huge and complex game. Alright. Not always gets the money, actually, not always. I think most of the time the games with the Nuvo get yoinked is mostly when someone just leaks the unprotected version. I think in many times that happened. It was just like some content creators and everything just leaking like the pre-release version that usually doesn't have the Nuvo. So that's pretty much how it most of the time goes. Alright, which resolution FPS you're trying to achieve on PS4 and Xbox One? PS4 and Xbox One will be dynamic resolution 1080 and 30 FPS. PS5, Xbox Series XS gonna be 60 FPS and dynamic 4K. Xbox Series S will be 60 FPS and dynamic 1440p. Yeah, that's a very cool story, bro. It's gonna be very dynamic. That's gonna be very dynamic, probably. Let's see, Jody, I see. How many hours will take the playthrough on the normal difficulty? And will there be new game plus? No game plus on release, for sure. Maybe we'll decide out at the next updates. Right now, game is getting balanced on the high difficulty, and everything is being adjusted for the high difficulty. All right. On the high difficulty, all the details. So like high difficulty will show you some details that you can't notice on normal and easy. Just because there's higher demand for the game, for the response, and for like what is like interruptions and on different actions. The combat is very dynamic, so it's important. So the game is also very dynamic to react to the input. All right. The full playthrough, 24 hours, should be easy synced in the main story. But I would recommend the hardcore mode and start getting a pleasure from that. Alright, he's into CBT then, I guess. Then why have normal and easy? Yeah, no idea. And give more feedback and emotions, and the platinum achievement only with the maximum difficulty. Alright, let's see. Which sales do you want to say that the game is successful? Last year you said that there will be a sequel. The plan's still there. You don't want to talk about the future too much. Hope the sales gonna match our ambitions and expectations. But most importantly is if the players will get their pleasure from that. So you didn't answer again anything. Dude, if I remember correct, a search engine optimizer or something. So yeah, he's like answering like a marketing person pretty much there. No actual answers most of the time. How many old songs are there in the games? Or we're gonna get the original soundtrack. More than 60 different hit songs that we all know from the childhood. Okay, so there's gonna be a whole bunch of fucking retro Russian stuff there, right? Also, there will be original soundtrack and amazing remixes. That's all we can say for now. That's the thing, Steve. I think most of the time, the different... Like, I think hard, in general, should be, like, the normal. Or, like, normal should be hard, I guess, or something, right? But then again, the easy difficulty is because a lot of people nowadays complain that it's too hard, and there is no easy difficulty. So you kind of need easy, right? And then there is also gonna be always the people who want more challenge. So for them, they make the hard. And quite often the hard is trash, yeah, because they will make it bullet sponges and everything. But I guess for some people that still kind of work and they feel more accomplished by, you know, doing the hard difficulty. So I think that's the logic, basically. And mostly normal is like how it's supposed to be played. Although these guys go for hard. But why have two easier difficulties? I don't know. But yeah, options are good. Like today in the demo, right, when you just can customize every parameter of the difficulty, that's really good. I think that's really nice. It's easier for me personally. When there is no difficulty picking, it's easier for me because I know for sure. Like, you have no choice, you just play as it intended, right? Otherwise, like, okay, I kind of like probably should go normal because it's kind of like supposedly intended, right? But maybe it will be too easy, or you go hard and then it gets like a little bit unnecessarily hard, and it's just gonna be like too much times, like, you know, just like sunk into that. So it's like, I prefer also like kind of Souls, right? It's hard, it's only hard, there's no other way. Let's fucking go. You mean pick normal and easy? Yeah, no idea why they go that way. Hard to say. What to expect from the soundtrack? Will it be like the remixes, the processing of the late Soviet pop music, like it's in the trailer, or there will be some metal? Alright, we got to put a lot of attention to the music, to the amount that we didn't even expect ourselves. We mixed so many styles that you can't remember all of them. For example, there is Soviet music in the funk style. Yeah, and of course there is like a Bikovshina, like the Mick Gordon style, basically. A lot of everything, alright. How many like Soviet culture and the history of USSR things gonna be in the world? Is the game in the Soviet setting of 1955 year, so everything will be. But in the same time, it's also gonna be very modern. So no kind of like, well, like, the cranberry, and that's what like how stuff cold here when they try to put like too much, you know, kind of like this like meme Soviet stereotypes in the game. It's called cranberry here. So they said that's not gonna be that stuff. We'll see. Will there be some connections, or like not connections, like how you call that, really, like mentions, I guess, of like Metro and Stalker? There's gonna be around 200 of those with the Easter eggs too. So attentive players will find all of them. References, yeah, true. References. True. Shouldn't cry for easy mode, but that's where the Corpa comes in. You want to sell it to everyone. So, you know, and that's, I think, the trend. You see, like, all the accessibility measures. Like, it's nice, right? That the games have accessibility and you can play games even if you have, like, some issues, for example, right? That's really good. That's amazing. Do you think they do that because they are so nice and charitable? Fuck no, they do that to sell more. And same exactly with difficulties. They need that shit just to sell more of that shit. And again, as we figured with Disco Elysium, they don't give a fuck about like your artistic vision and stuff. They want to sell this shit. And then they want to sell merch and make an atelier with fancy shit for $200 each, you know. That's what they want. Yeah, which difficulties you encountered, how the development process is built in this studio, COVID issues, sure. How the processor were rebuilt with the work from home, 2 weeks for everything. Okay, get to your team. We are looking for a smart and talented people. Easy. Will there be a multiplayer or co-op? Might be, but no plans for now. Will there be demo? Public demo, like Capcom with the Resident Evil? There won't be one. We don't see a point in that. That's fucking weird take, though. Yeah, that's yeah, no point in demos. I don't know. I think there is all the point in demos always. You don't want to post demo, then, you know, well, I mean, maybe you don't want to develop one, like, sure. You don't want to bother with that, I guess, kinda, but no point. There is always a point. You need to test how it runs on your PC. You need to see if the game is actually fucking good. When they don't let you, that's always kinda a bit sus. Kinda a little bit sus. Yeah, demos should exist for sure. Yeah, will there be the Robo Bunny from Nupagadi? Traditional question, and I will traditionally answer yes. Alright, it's gonna be the meme robot there. How did you make it? Well, after release we can say if we make it or not. It was a very difficult path. 5 years of labor. It's been 5 years already since then. What? I think it's like 4 more. I was already streaming when they announced it. Demo is, can I run it? Yeah, can I run it? Is it actually kind of decent, you know? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Well, nothing super crazy pretty much here in this interview. Like the music, I guess, is kind of good. Yeah, the resolutions and everything. Everything's optimized. We'll see about that, dude. Physical version will be there. The Nuvo will be there. What else? What else? Yeah, so like they are aiming for the winter still, but yeah, like they do like a lot of dodging still. I think it might be delayed still more. I have a feeling. A lot of dodging of questions. Not a lot, but somewhat. 25 hours for full playthrough. That's good. That's good. We'll see, we'll see. It will be interesting. It will be interesting to see what it is gonna be all about.